a dog? Is he alone? Is he at the airport? Is he on a fucking bus? Is he on the plane? Is there a clicking noise? There's probably a clicking noise. Is this a clip show? I don't know if it's a clip show. It's a fucking show. Just listen, goddammit.
Hey, what's happening? Caitlin Smith, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. I am back live. Boy, it's weird looking at that. All right, so let's deal with this right out of the box. First of all, our good friend Lily is back here producing the show. Say hi, Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Let me say this to you, however. Lily's not producing the show this week. She is sitting here and being my Lily alongside me. It's weird. This is going to be so strange. It's like she's not like my drunk aunt. And I know that sounds fucking strange, but that's literally she's like sitting in a chair just with a drink in her hand and kind of like regaling me with tales and leaning backwards. Because, folks, here's what I've done this week. Here's what I've had to do this week. Here's what I've been forced to do this week. Here's what I've been made to do this week by Lily and David and other fucking various and sundry people who wanted to see me go ahead and do this. I'm fucking producing this show, man. Sort of. I think. I pressed all the buttons and I did all that shit because here's what I'm doing, man. I brought my fucking computer over to Lily's house and my microphone is plugged into my computer and I'm using my Audacity and I pressed all the buttons and I did everything. I did fucking everything, folks. So if this show blows, hang it completely on me. Normally, I'm just responsible for the verbal content. When you hear fuzzy shit and all sorts of clicking and all that, I hang that on Lily, my drunk aunt. That's her fault. She pushed the wrong button. She didn't care. She was reading Facebook, not interested, not involved, not engaged. However, this week, she doesn't have to do anything but sit in a chair with her chin in her hand and look at me and mock, which is depressing. I mean, it's also fun because when I have to be in a room with her, you know that, right? We all know this. The show is that much better when I'm in a room with Lily because she is you. She is you in a tank top and no bra. That's who she is. And so I can come here and I can talk to her and I can entertain her. And it's just like I'm talking to each one of you individually. I've been told I'm better with a person. That's what I've been told, which is something to fucking hear after 8 years. That's not good at all. Holy shit. When someone drops that in your lap, hey, dude, you know, you're better with somebody else in the room. Really? Well, thanks for telling me that. 7 years into a one-man podcast. God damn it. But I'm sitting here. I wish we could, well, we took a picture and we just put it up on the Facebook page of silliness. But I should have taken a picture of the whole layout here, the whole deal, because I'm sitting here at a microphone with a laptop open in front of me and I'm staring at blue graphs, which is usually that's Lily's job. I come here and I sit with a microphone in front of me and then Lily sits in front of and stares at blue graphs. Well, now I'm doing the whole fucking thing, folks. I'm a one-man shop. This is a one-stop shop. This is a one-man operation. And one woman who's just mocking that operation by staring. It's kind of depressing. I won't lie, because I came to her house and I'm like, I'll tell you this. First of all, you know, I haven't seen Lily in 6 weeks. Literally. Would you like to bet on that? Literally think about it.
No, it can't.
This is week 4 of year 8.
Yes.
The interlude week, I never saw you. And the week before that, I didn't see you either. It's 6 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
You didn't see, where'd you see me?
Recorded 2 weeks ago.
No, we didn't. We didn't record a goddamn thing. You haven't been on you haven't been on year 8 yet. I recorded the first one myself, like in a car with a fucking American Beauty amount of leaves swirling around.
So good. It's been 6 weeks since I've seen you.
How you doing? But literally, the first one I was in a car bemoaning the fact that I was the Willy Loman of podcasting, which you wouldn't know because again you don't listen anymore. The second one was me in literally just wearing nothing but boxer briefs, sitting in a chair at my house. And then the third one, of course, I was with our friend David in Chicago, working with him in his basement, in the comedy basement, in the cat house. And now here we are, episode 4, year 8, and I sit in your house for the first time in over almost 2 months. It's almost 2 months. It's like 6 weeks, 7 weeks since I was here last recording. And even then when I was here, you weren't here. If you don't remember, you just left the keys and you bailed. That's how fucking crazy it was. The last show that I did with Lily, she wasn't even in the room. She left the keys. I let myself in and she set the computer up. She said, just push this button. There was a sign. It was like a Post-it on her computer. I pushed the button and started talking and she had edited in her own laughs where she thought they would go. That's the magic of Lily Von Stupp. That's how she handles this show. That's what kind of a producer she is. She's like hitting the post on all the laughs and all the bits. But I'll tell you what, it was fucking really hard for me because I was staring at the Audacity and I saw the parts where she laughed and I tried to hit the post on those laughs. I tried to be funny when it's really kind of disheveled. Actually, it's funny. If you hear in that show, she was here only via audio. She programmed herself into the machine and then I was talking. And then at one point she was not here. So I had to go grab a Swedish immigrant from outside and he jumped in and he was Lily for a while. I made him put on a wig and a bra and just go, he. You thought that was like a mistake or like Lily was choking? No, Swedish immigrant. Weirdly enough, his name, Leonard Von Stupp. Complete coincidence. Didn't see it coming. I grabbed him, fortuitous. He came in, boom, done. So I'm weird right now. I will not lie, because this is the thing that I feared for 7 years, the doing it myself. And by the way, I say this to all you people out there who do everything by yourselves, because David and I have this fucking fight all the time. Like even this week, I was like, dude, I think Lily quit the show, and he's like, what? Why? And then I told him because I'm crazy, and he's like, well, of course you are, because I thought I wasn't sure, because Lily and I had a thing. I wrote her a book on a text the other day.
I never got that text.
Lies.
You saw my message back to you.
Yeah. All right.
There's
Well.
no
All right. Well, let me
message.
explain this, because I called Lily the other day. All right.
This is what I got. Hold on. This will be rambling. Consider yourself warned. As you read this, keep.
We'll hit that arrow. I'm sure it'll appear. Right. Where's the rest of it? There you go. Oh, look.
Oh my God.
Oh, keep scrolling up. I wrote you a novel, dude.
I don't have time to read this.
No fucking kidding. I've just, for the past 4 days.
I saw the ... and I thought, but the next message never came through.
You never read what I sent you. You are fucking joking. This is why I didn't talk to you for a day and a half, because I just went, you blew me off with one sentence. She wrote me,
Message attached.
we had a conversation the other night, because again, yeah, look. Why do you think it took me an hour and 15 minutes to respond? I had to type it in notes. I couldn't even write it in text. I had to go over to notes and type it, so I made sure it was all right and the typos were fine.
Honestly, I didn't see the arrow. All I saw was ...
Well, first of all, you know why?
I never sent anything.
It's also because you have your phone set on old lady. Like literally you have the giant letters. So literally her
Do
phone.
I need to read this, or are we okay?
I would like you to read it.
Okay.
Because that's kind of what I was just talking about before I hit record. And you kept going, look, I don't know what you're talking about. And I go, no, I have things to discuss. And you're like, you have nothing to discuss. And I'm like, I do. And you go, well, if it's just the crazy in your head, I don't want to hear it. And I'm like, dude, I wrote it to you the other day. And that's why all right, let me just set the scene. For 4 days, I tried to get hold of Lily. She's in San Diego. And then she would call me, and I was working, so I couldn't talk to her. So it was a lot of back and forth, and I'm like, look, tear it up in San Diego. She's like, when I get home, I'll talk to you. I'll probably be home Monday. This was on fucking Thursday, and I didn't even know if we were going to record this week. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen because I haven't talked to her, and we're trying to figure everything out. So fucking Friday, she doesn't get a hold of me. And then Sunday, she writes me, and she's like, hey, I'm in town. Can we talk? And I'm like, I'm working. Can we talk tonight at like 10 or 10:30? And she said, great. So then I leave work a little later than I thought, about 10:30. I get home, and I bring a bunch of water inside. I sit down in my chair, and I'm not even fucking joking, folks. Here's how old I am. I sat down in my chair Sunday night and I fell asleep. And I've been doing that. I sleep in my chair because again, Jill's not here, so I don't want to go to bed. So I just sleep in my chair by myself. So I fell asleep in the fucking chair. And then she texted me and she's like, dude, like, where are you? And then I wrote her back. I go, hey, can we do this in the morning? Can I talk to you in the morning about this? And she wrote back, we have to talk now. So that meant we have to talk now.
No, what I wrote is we have to talk now.
Okay. No, you wrote, we have to talk now.
I had to respond to somebody back. I wrote, we have to talk now.
Listen.
I didn't write, we have to talk now. I'm like, we have to talk now.
I am so tired.
I was waiting to get a hold of you. Seriously, I thought you were going to call me at 10. I've been waiting to call somebody back to tell them whether I was recording in the morning or the afternoon so I could go to lunch with them possibly.
I am so tired of everybody saying this is me. I'm not joking. You, David, and Jill, who are
You read a lot more into this than there was.
Let me explain
Into
why.
the now.
Me, you, David, and Jill you're the only 3 people I ever talk to, first of all. And you all go, I can't believe you read these texts so weird. I can't believe you read this stuff
you
like
read
this.
every text as though it's written by either Tennessee Williams or
Yeah.
Nietzsche or Hitler.
Well,
It's like, I did not write you and say, we need to talk now. I wrote and said, we need to talk now.
I got a text from
I
Hitler
didn't want
once.
to wait another day.
I got a text from Hitler once. He's actually a much nicer guy in print. You would not think that he would go the way he went. I mean, we're going back and forth. We're talking about all this stuff. And certainly he asked me, he actually wrote me. He's like, hey, should I paint tiger faces on the planes? I said, absolutely. Why not? It's hilarious. Well, he didn't think it was hilarious. He wanted it to be scary. I didn't realize that. Again, he was a good guy in a text, which is weird because everybody else, I think their texts are draconian. Hitler's texts were fucking perfect. I thought that guy was awesome. We were joking. We're going back and forth. He got me. That fucking dude got me. And I got him, man. I thought I did. I'll tell you what, I totally thought I got Hitler. We're texting for like a year and a half. We're friends. Next thing I know, Poland is crushed under his boot. Dude, when the fuck were you planning on this? We're sitting here talking about fucking Greta Garbo. Much better guy in text. You know, if he would have texted his speeches, people would have said, this is a decent guy. But he's got the spittle in the hand and the waving and the mustache and the fucking weird hair. They're like, that dude does not seem like a chill painter at all. And then the fact that he's standing on a podium made of Jewish skulls, well, that probably didn't help.
Oh my god.
That helped nobody. But now that I know what he's texting me, I thought he's a cool dude. But no, now I realize he's tapping it out with the fucking skeletized hand of a killed Jew baby. I didn't realize that.
God. All because you read now.
So
Now.
because of that, certainly, I wonder now about who I'm texting with, and they're because I got burned by Hitler. All right, I got burned.
That's the name of the show. I got burned by
I got
Hitler.
burned by Hitler, and so now you know what? Texting is ruined for the rest of my life with all the rest of you. God damn it.
Oh my god.
So Lily and I, so we're trying to find each other over the weekend, and we're trying to make it happen and talk and do these things. But again, you guys all say that I'm the same way. I will tell you because I can't say this.
But let me ask you a question, Mike. If 3 people say you do this.
Then I wonder why those 3 people have it in for me.
Okay, well there you go.
I don't understand why those 3 people can't realize that they're wrong. I don't understand why they would think that. No, look, I get it. I understand it. Okay, I'm fucking bananas. I'm half bananas, partly bananas.
But you don't understand it if you're mad at me because I said we need to talk now.
But I'll read shit and then I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like I don't fucking get it. I don't understand it.
But why don't you just pick up the phone and go, okay, what's now? What's up?
Fuck all that. So.
I expected this was my perspective of this conversation.
Look, I'm a lady, all right? I can't expect to be behaving in a certain way. I'm a goddamn lady. I'm Caitlin Schmidt. I already said it.
You are never gonna get to talk it out. I'm kind of glad I just now read this.
Dude.
Because the level of crazy in your email.
No, it's not crazy at all. It's cogent and well written and it's brilliant and it addresses concerns that I had and I have. And so all right, so let me go into this. So then fucking this weekend, I'm trying to chase down, like I literally think Lily's quit the show. Like I think she's done and we're finished and she doesn't want me over here anymore. Because let's be honest, man, year 7 was kind of a bust. I won't lie about that because I was traveling and I made my life really fucking small, man. I fucked up. We talked about this in the episode 1 of year 8. So things are changing. And by the way, let's go ahead and tell you this. Phoenix, I did not learn my lesson. I've scheduled another live show.
Oh, Jesus.
Not in Phoenix. I'll just tell you, I am in a city I've never been in before. So let's just talk about that. I don't know. And again, I might not get listener 1 in the goddamn door, but I'll explain to you why this made sense. So over the weekend, I thought Lily was done. Like I would tell David, I'm like, Lily's done. I'm told Jill, I'm like, I think Lily quit the show and I don't know what I'm going to do here. And Jill is just like, honey, everything's going to work out. It's going to be fine. You know, don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
The
and
last
I'm like,
text I sent you was, see you Wednesday at 10 a.m.
no, this is before that. This is before all that.
Okay.
Because you and I were going back and forth over the weekend and I thought we were fucking finished.
Yes, because you never picked up the phone to talk to me.
Because
over
you were
the
in
weekend.
Santa Fuck Diego, man. I mean, what the fuck? I think I just made up a name.
I called
Santa
you and
fuck
said,
Diego.
call me. I texted you and said, let's
I was
talk.
working. I was
Yes.
very busy. You were busy.
You will text while you're driving, but you won't call me.
Well, because there's a
It
little
makes
microphone
me
that lets you talk. It's
crazy.
pretty neat. It's like you get a little talking to the phone and
You
your
know what
robot
else?
transcribes it.
There's a phone that lets you talk.
I don't understand that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my fuck.
I will tell you this.
Problem.
I will answer that with this. Somebody yesterday tweeted a tweet, and I had to retweet it because they wrote, I think the worst part about getting arrested would be having to make the phone call. Or a phone call. That was the best. That's the key of the joke. The worst part about getting arrested would be having to make a phone call.
Yes,
Gorgeous.
You feel that way, and I don't get it.
Well, no, I don't feel that
Because
way. I
when
don't have my Bluetooth. I mean, it's just, I'm out of sorts. So,
We had an entire miscommunication over text,
Listen,
and your answer is,
don't do
I
this.
still can't pick up the phone.
no, don't do this because here's the thing. You know, let me give your speech from last week. My computer broke and my phone bricked and I'm incommunicado. You're going to have to skywrite to find me. And I'm like, literally, that's what it was. So I'm like, well, fuck. And to me, you know what that says? Mike, leave me the fuck alone. That's what it says to me.
Because you made it about you rather than,
Everything
my God,
is about
Lily.
me. Where have you been?
It couldn't possibly. Oh my God, Lily, you have to move. You just quit your job. You have no money coming in right now. Your life is a shambles. The Hollywood Burlesque Festival is happening. You've been sick for 6 weeks. Oh, the concern for my health and everything about me was just great.
You undershot your health by about 9 years.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, I've been sick for 6 weeks. No, try 10 years. Since I've known you.
I am.
Since I've known you, you're a human limp. I mean, it's like fucking crazy.
I should be living in a fucking hospital.
As long as that hospital accommodates you on me and Wednesdays,
There you go.
Tuesdays, whenever we do it. So over the weekend, again, you blew me off. You're like, I want nothing to do with you.
9 times I said, call me.
No, you said it once, and I was at work. Here's why I could not call you. Here's why I couldn't call her from work. Because, I have a job where I'm in the car all the time. And there's texting and then there's calling. And usually I will engage in those sorts of behaviors. However, I've just received a notice from my insurance company who will remain nameless. But I can tell you this. If you were to call them, you may be able to save 20% of your money on if you talk to them. That's all I will say. So I've had them for like almost 18 years, maybe longer, maybe 20 years. I've been a loyal customer and a good customer. I'm not getting tickets. I'm not having bad things happen. Well, in the past 6 months, I've had 2 fender bender accidents and a ticket. Okay. Well, I had 2 tickets, but one of them went to traffic school and the other one I got, and I can't go to traffic school for it. So I just had to fucking pay it. You know why? Because I live in my goddamn car now. I'm a Bedouin. I'm constantly fucking shuttling back and forth. I'm on the move is who I am. I'm bivouacking. Yeah, that's those dudes in the desert who live on camels, right?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a Lord of the Rings reference.
No, Bedouins are like those. They're those dudes who fucking. They're just like literally. It's just them and a camel and a prayer rug, and they just walk around and eat sand. I mean, that's that's their deal.
That's gonna be me in a month.
Yeah, a Bedouin. All right. Well, you got half of it down.
We'll be recording in a car.
We'll be recording in a bed. We in. You act like recording in a car is something I've not done. What the fuck? You're like, we're gonna be recording in a car. Guess what?
Call me in the car.
Well, I'm parked when I'm recording. I'm not doing it on the move show. Although I did that with episode 36 Vin last year. Remember that? When I was driving around, I was yelling and making videos, and then Gio came over to help. And then I literally have not spoken to Gio since.
Your side, and then I'll do a podcast later.
All right, here's and people will tune in because they love it, because they love you, because you are an exclusive, you're an original. You shine bright, you crazy diamond. Shine on. That's what I say to you. So, so over the weekend, she's like, "Fuck you, I can't talk to you," and I'm like, "All right, fine." And so then I go to Jill and I go to Dave and I'm like, I don't know what's happening next week. I really don't.
Did you call them by chance?
Well, I had to.
Or did you text?
Well, no, I called them, certainly.
Okay.
Well, look, you told me I'm in San Diego. That means fuck you, don't call me. That's what it means.
That means I'm in San Diego. I can't record this weekend. Because you said, can we possibly do it on the weekend originally?
Well, no, I wanted to bump it to like Monday, I think. Or no, Tuesday.
Yeah, but originally you were like, maybe we can do it on the weekend. I don't have my schedule yet. So I was waiting for your schedule. So I was saying, I can't do it this weekend. I'm in San Diego from blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, it was fuck you, I'm in San Diego.
Yeah,
so
okay.
She's like, because again, when you're with your burlesque people, you're all sitting in a room eating
I
toast,
was in a
wearing
car
boas.
for 4.5 hours down and 2 hours back. I could have talked to you.
You're stitching sequins onto an omelet. I mean, I can't bother you guys. You're doing all of your stuff. You know what you're doing? You're bedazzling a city. And I can't get in the way of that.
Bedazzling
I can't show up when you're trying to do that stuff.
I'm changing my tagline. Bedazzling the city.
When you're doing that, I can't possibly interrupt you. Because again, that's literally, I mean, when you typed it out, honestly, it was glitter came out of my phone. I'm like, all right, she's busy. So you're like, fuck you, dude. I can't talk to you.
All of our texts.
And I'm like, all right. So she then, I'm like, well, tear it up down there and do well. And then get hold of me, because Mondays she's dead to me because she has burlesque and I know that. That's her day. But Wednesdays used to be our day, but now she's never available. But anyway. I'm like, we got to talk. So Sunday she's like, hey man, well, let's talk. And I said, how about tonight or 10 or 10:30? And then look, granted, I'm an old person. So I got home at like 10:45 or 10 to 11 and I fell asleep in my chair. I did. So then the phone, which I had on my chest, because I had texted Jill probably goodnight or something, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, bzzz, like it buzzed and it was you. And you're like, hey, dude, I'm back from San Diego and now my time schedule allows you to talk to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, is there a way we can do this in the morning? And you said, we have to talk now, which means we have to talk now. So I called her and I'm like, hey, hi, Lily, what's going on over there? She's like, whatever, man, what did you want? I'm like, see, here's the thing. I wanted to talk about possibly, recording and stuff. And she's like, oh my God, enough with this. Why do you always make such a drama out of everything? I'm like, but it wouldn't be a drama if you weren't yelling at me. Could you please listen to me for just a second? I just wanted to. Oh, shut up. A lot of that is hyperbole. It didn't happen that way exactly. But we kind of started bumping heads like right away. Because here's why. I said to her, I go, hey, I wanted to see about, when we're going to record this week. She's like, great. When do you want to do it? And I said, and here's, again, you guys know me, all right? She doesn't work for me. I'm not her fucking boss. So I feel stupid giving her a time to start, even though she's asking for a time to start. Yes, I get that. So I try to put it in your court. And I'm like, what time can you do this? And you're like, well, here's the thing. I got some friends who want to go to lunch at noon. So what that says to me is I would like to go to lunch with my friends at noon. So I go, all right, I'll tell you what, go to lunch with your friends at noon, and then we can figure out maybe recording later. She goes, that's not going to work for me because I'm leaving for Vegas on Thursday morning. I have to go get a rental car. I got to prepare my costumes. I got to pack. I got to get ready. So that tells me Wednesday night doesn't work and Wednesday afternoon doesn't work because you got to have lunch. So when the fuck are we doing this? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, well then, all right, you can't do it at night. So I'll tell you, and I went, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do a show on the phone and I'll send it to you. And then if you can stitch together, she goes, that also doesn't work for me. I just told you my night is finished. I'm tied up packing. I'm doing all this different stuff. Pick a time and let's just fucking go with it. I go, how the fuck am I supposed to pick a time when you literally just gave me 3 reasons you can't do it Wednesday? Like you just gave me 3 fucking, you can't do it in the afternoon. You can't do it at night. And you can't do it when I just send you a phone show. Like so what is that window? Should I just come out and sleep on your doorstep on Tuesday night and wake up? I didn't say all this, by the way. This is in my head. Should I just sleep on your doorstep Tuesday and then just like come upstairs and talk for like a half hour and then leave? I mean, what the fuck? Why should I be interested in coming over to record with you and have fun when you're telling me 4 things that you can't do? Like you can't be here. And I know I don't pay you, so I can't fucking insist that you do it on my time schedule because I'm not your fucking boss. Now, I should tell you, all of that part is in my head. That whole everything is in my head. That's how I hear it. And I'm finding out now 3 days later that I guess I was wrong.
Yes.
So
because what I said was, what time do you want to record on Wednesday? I have some friends that wanted to do something, which is why I wanted to talk to you to make sure that you still wanted to record on Wednesday, because if you didn't, I'd go to lunch.
I always want to record on Wednesday.
But you don't. You never want to record.
Well, that's a larger problem.
Yes.
So she says, so she immediately goes into fucking attack mode. And she's just like, hey, look, I don't understand why you do this. And why it has to be this thing where you're doing a thing and you're making a thing happen and always these things. And why the thing 1 and thing 2 and then I don't know. And then green eggs and ham and whatever the fuck. And then I'm just sitting there taking it. She's blow drying me through the phone. And I'm like, whatever. I guess I got to just fucking eat this. Because again, I don't pay her and I don't understand why she doesn't want to do a fucking show. But then she's saying, if you just pick a fucking time, like this would be that easy. We can do a show.
It's really hard to understand when I say,
and I said,
what time do you want to do the show?
And I just went, but here's the thing. In my head, as you're saying these things, I'm unpacking my crate of nonsense.
Yes.
I'm literally going back 18 months and going, well, you remember that time you said, shut up to me? I mean, like I guess nobody else does that. I mean, maybe, you know who does it? Chicks. I'm a lady. I get it. I get a pussy. I'm fine.
No, don't put it off on genders.
I'm totally a vagina.
Especially this week, don't put it off on genders. Put it off on you having your baggage. You being Mike, having Mike's baggage.
Well, yeah, fine, but somebody needs to carry my bags, man. What the fuck?
No, you know what you need to do? You need to set the bags down and walk away.
Fuck that. There's shit in there I need.
What time do you want to record, Mike? That should be answered with Lily asked me a question about what time I would like to record. I would like to do that at 10 a.m. Okay, Mike, that won't work for me. Can we go for 10:30? Lily, that would work for me too. That sounds great. Great, I'll see you at 10:30 then. Awesome.
What time do you want to record, Lily? Well, my friends want to have lunch at noon, and I'm very busy that night. I'm very busy. I can't record busy. Mike, I have no time for you, busy. I'm so busy right now. Why would you even think about asking me about recording? Why are you even still doing this stupid show after 8 fucking years?
You have things in your ears that I don't say.
You said all those things.
I did not.
You implied all those things.
Because Eddie was in the room with me, and I leaned over to him, and I go, was I out of line? I mean, I know I was a little angry because I've been waiting for an hour so that we can tell them if I'm recording or not and whether or not I can go. But
let me get this straight. Your backup is a clown?
Yes, but I'm taking the clown to court, man.
All right. Well, that'll go well on the witness stand. I would do it just to see him kick his big floppy shoes up on the fucking thing while he's in the witness chair, like plunk, clunk, and cross his feet. Gorgeous.
He answers in nothing but honks, too. Give me 1 honk for yes, 1 for no.
So again, you're like, dude, I hate the show, and why are you doing it still? And I'm trying to talk to you about it, and then and again, I guess everybody's well versed in how stupid I am, I suppose.
You're not stupid.
But regardless. So anyway, so then. She's just like, I go, look, so I'm not coming over. I go, look, I said, can I sit with you during the editing on Wednesday? And she goes, what do you mean? And I go, I want to try to learn Audacity. Because again, I enjoy doing phone shows, but if there's some week, God forbid, that Lily, and by some week, I mean every week, where Lily doesn't want to put together a phone show, and she's like, fuck you, dude. Again, because she's been saying it a lot lately. And she's like, dude, I can't. edit your deal. I can't do your thing. Well, then I'm pretty much fucking. I'm standing here with my dick in my hand and my microphone in the other, and trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. So I have to learn Audacity so I can edit the goddamn show myself and go for it and put it up, right? So I'm like, well, and I said, I'll sit with you and learn the editing in Audacity. And she's like, again, that doesn't work for me because by the time you finish and walk out that day, I want to go ahead and edit it that afternoon and I don't have time because I got to get ready because I got to go ahead and rent a car and I got to get some clothes and I still can't believe that you're doing this fucking show after 8 years. Why don't you just fucking hang it up because nobody cares?
I think there were a lot of words in there again that I did not say.
Some of that could have been in my head. So I said, I wanted to learn Audacity or whatever. And then she's like, look, what fucking time are you coming over here on Wednesday? I said, I'm not coming over on Wednesday. And she goes, well, why are you not coming over? I told you I can't edit your show if you don't come over. She goes, and I said, well, it doesn't sound like you even want to do this fucking show. She's like, oh my God, you know what? I don't care. It's fine. Come over at 10 o'clock and I'll teach you Audacity. I said, I'm just telling you that I don't know if I'm even going to come over. Just come over at 10 o'clock and I'll teach you Audacity. Hangs up. So,
Again, I think you may have made that a little bigger than it was.
So I woke up out of a dead sleep in a chair to get fucking yelled at. And basically told that I'm a misfit and I'm crazy and I shouldn't be doing the show anymore. So, then she hangs up the phone on me, man. So then I'm sitting there, and now I really don't know if she's recording or not recording. Now it's funny. I had no answers before this phone call. Now I definitely have no answers. If anything, now the answers are, now you're definitely not recording with Lily. She's definitely out of the show, and she definitely wants nothing to do with you ever again because you're a fucking nobody, and she's interested in being attached to your fucking wagon any longer. Because you're not even worth the ink in her Sharpie that she scrawls onto the legal pad that she can't find every fucking week. So why would you even fucking pursue this? Because she's not interested in helping you, and she's tired of it, and she hitched your star to your wagon for fucking 8 years, and you went fucking nowhere, and now you're still coming to her house to record when she thought you'd have a studio by now, or maybe some sort of job where she could get some money out of it, but instead she backed the wrong fucking horse, and she realizes it, so she wants you the fuck out of her life. Yeah, there's a legal pad. Good for you. I don't even want to know what's scrawled in. Of course it's full. It's full of you writing, I hate Mike, over and over. It's just literally like she had a writing assignment from a school. She had to write, I hate Mike, I hate Mike, I hate Mike, over and goddamn over on the chalkboard. So I'm sitting there, man, so then I had no idea what the fuck was going on. So then all of a sudden my phone blows up, just with the cool swoosh noise. And it's all Lily. And she's texting me. And I'll tell you what, here's how I know how mad Lily is. Her anger even trumped her dyslexia because these texts made sense. And like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, they were cogent and they were to the point and they made sense. And there were no misspellings and there was no hanging participles and there was no, I was shocked. And in my head, I went, well, that's how laser beam focused she is on her hatred for you. So my phone is it's blowing up and I'm trying to keep up and read, but the new ones keep coming in and pushing the old one to the top and I'm scrolling down. And essentially, she's just like, hey, man, I don't understand why you do this. I don't understand why this happens all the time. I don't understand why there has to be this drama. Why would you fucking do this? You understand that I wanted to do the show and that you can't pick a time to record. But yet you go ahead and do this, and now you're not coming over or you are coming over. I'm tired of this dance, and I'm tired of you, and I'm tired of fucking thinking about doing the show. And
I said all of that either.
You said you were going to print them.
Don't think I said that either.
That's what came up on my phone.
You think I can read it?
No, that's okay. Probably don't need to share your confidential texts. If anything, I'll take a screenshot of the ones that I have and I'll put them up. So she essentially ended it with, I'll see you Wednesday at 10. Without addressing any of my concerns at all. Anything. Any of the things that I said, she wasn't interested in getting those solved or taken care of or going through them. She just like, see you Wednesday at 10. Whose name is on the fucking show? See you Wednesday at 10. You will see me Wednesday at 10 if I decide to record, motherfucker. You aren't calling the shots. This is not the 40-year-old woman who's tired of the 40-year-old boy. This is the 40-year-old boy. This is not the producer who is so sick of having to entertain you in your thoughts of possibly making this something that it's obviously never going to be. Because that would not fit in the iTunes store. This is the 40-year-old boy show. If he decides to record, motherfucker, there will be a show. If he doesn't, there won't. It's my big dick. I'm ready to shoot, Jack. We shoot when I say shoot.
Oh my
What are you, John Landis? So that's literally a joke for two people. Rob Matsushita, and I'm going to say one other person will get that. Well, I'm not counting David. He'll get it.
Yes, let's not count David.
Well, he's not a real person. He's another one who's fucking orbiting the show and telling me to get lost. All right. Because then I call him to tell him about you. Because I'm like, dude, I don't even know what the fuck is going on with Lily. I don't know if I'm recording or I'm not. And he's like, well, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And I go, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, hold on a second here, man. What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm telling you that she texted me and she said a bunch of shit and then she's fucking like, I think she's out. And he's like, all right, well, you got to learn how to do the show then. I'm like, yeah. You're not listening to me, dude. You're not like, because all right, let me, before I get into that, I will tell you. So then she sends me all these texts and they finish with, I'll see you Wednesday at 10. And again, I don't know who's calling the shots in this operation. So I then immediately transfer my phone over from texting to notes, and I proceed to write a soliloquy. I'm going to say I write, it's, how do I, like if you were to get this text into your phone, even your phone would just shrug and go, I just can't. Because in the beginning I addressed all the stuff that she said, and then I addressed a bunch of shit that I thought, and then I started writing a bunch of, dude, I wrote, it's not even a joke. Texting is supposed to be brief. You text because you don't want to talk because it's supposed to be brief.
But you don't want to talk ever.
Well, and what's funny is I never wanted to text ever. I used to be that guy, but now that's all I fucking do.
Well, it lets you escape confrontation.
Fuck that. Who are you talking to? I don't mind confrontation. I'm happy to do it. It's just, but I don't.
You mind real confrontation.
Well, because you're going to leave.
No, I'm not.
Everybody's going to leave. Everybody leaves at some point. That's the whole deal. So it's like I try to kid glove it.
Accept that and lead your life as though if they don't want to be there, they should get the fuck out of your
fuck that,
life.
man. You know what? I'm OMD. If you leave, don't.
Don't. The dark OMD.
Yeah, you're damn right.
I'm thinking of OPP and
a
ED.
single day. I'm OMD, man. I just can't pretend that if people leave, it's cool. I'm OMD. I'm invested.
God, I wish more people would leave. You know what I mean?
I can't have that. I only have 2 people left.
You need to find new people sometimes.
I got Dave and Jill. You left already. You're gone. You bailed.
And yet I'm sitting here and you're still having an argument that is resolved as we sit here and record.
It's not resolved. Nothing's resolved.
Is
Everything is
resolved,
open-ended.
And not only is it resolved because I am sitting here recording with you, taking the time to also teach you to use Audacity.
But I'm doing all the work.
You're such an asshole.
Why am I doing all the work? I'm not supposed to do the work. I'm supposed to fucking show up and talk, and at the end of it, some dude comes out and throws a blanket on me and walks me out. Fucking James Brown style. I'm the goddamn night train of podcasting. James Brown didn't come out and do a sound check and go, hey, hello. Yeah. He didn't have to fucking do that. No, the fucking band went ding, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, ding, 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 and he got on up. That's all he did. All James Brown had to do was get on up. That's all I want to do. Let me get on up. Let me get on the scene, all right? That's all I want to do. I want to get on up. I want to get on the scene. You know why? Because I'm a podcasting machine. Fuck that. I shouldn't be fucking looking at the bluegrass. Fuck all that, man. That's why you're here. You're sitting in the chair relaxing like a motherfucking boss. I don't like it. I don't have a boss. Let me tell you, I don't have a boss, Marvin Nash. Ding, 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 ding. Get on up. That's what I want to do. That's it. I'll come out. I'll fucking jump in the hot tub a couple of times. I'll have a celebrity join me. I'll do a fucking song. And then I'll please you. And then someone will throw a fucking rap on me and walk me the fuck out. God damn it, I'm doing all the work. Why? I didn't get in this to have a boss. So I send her a book Sunday. I just send her a fucking book. Like I'm talking, because again, texting is supposed to be all about brevity. And you have, if you want to have a real conversation, you do. Dudes. There's got to be, I'm going to say there's easily 12 paragraphs in that text. That's my guess. But they were concerns that needed to be addressed, folks. I needed to go ahead and get my point across. I needed to say the things that I needed to say. I needed to ask her, hey, you know what? Let's do this Jim Morrison style. Are you in? Is everybody in? Because the fucking podcast is about to begin.
22 paragraphs.
22? I said at least 12. I think when I typed it in notes, it was 12. And then, of course, you're texting because you have the giant old lady letters. That's why I turned it into those different paragraphs. But I voiced a lot of grievances and concerns that I felt that we needed to address. And by we, I mean me. You have no fucking interest in it. So here's the thing. I send this text, right? I send this 22 paragraph text outlining how I feel, how I felt, and where we should go moving forward. And she doesn't answer me. And then the next day I get up and I see Shannon in the morning and I talk for an hour about Lily. And then...
Oh, good. I was finally a topic.
Finally?
Oh.
And then I bail there. I knew that would get your attention. And then I bail and I get in my car.
I was rereading it all again.
And then I get in the car and my phone goes off as I'm heading, because I was running errands on Monday morning, I believe. And my phone, it was 11:40, if I remember correctly. I sent this the previous night at like 1. And at 11:40, all I get a note, I just literally, I get this sentence. There was no message. Because in the opening of my text, I wrote, I called and texted on Thursday and then didn't hear back from you. And literally, she only addressed that, which is the first paragraph.
But that's not what I was addressing. What I was addressing was there's no message. All it says is, as you read this, keep ... And
Okay.
I expected a bunch more of text to come in. So all I saw was there's no message there as you read this.
Okay, so what I thought you meant.
Yes, this is why I hate texting with you.
See, listen to me. Because you open that little arrow there, the first thing I say is, hey, I called you Thursday and I left a text and I never heard from you.
Yes.
And then you said there was no message, which you were saying there was no voicemail message on Thursday.
No, I was saying there's no message here. All I got was one line. There's
All
no
I
message.
hear from you is there was no message. So I think you're addressing that first paragraph and ignoring the other 21.
Yes. But again, if you picked up a phone and talked to me, which is what I said here, which is I just need to talk with you on the phone for 5 minutes usually.
I'm a very busy person.
Yes.
So I get that back. All I get is there was no message, which is her basically saying, I don't care about the other 21 paragraphs, and you didn't call on Thursday.
But
That's
by
what she's
the way,
saying.
There was no message from Thursday.
Well,
I checked my voicemails. There's
Right.
There's nothing from you.
I did call and I texted.
And I believe you.
Yes.
But there's no phone call.
Right. Understood. But okay. Well, I didn't care at that moment. All I saw you do, I wrote 22 paragraphs.
Two people who can't have a conversation text.
I wrote 22 paragraphs, and in the first one, you addressed that by saying there was no message, and that's all she wrote. That's all she said. There was nothing about my concerns about whether she's still in the show. Does she want to quit? Are we leaving? Are we not doing this? What's happening? What should I do? Am I going to record? Am I not going to record? All of that is in the 22. Listen, I wrote Kubla Khan. I wrote the entire thing. I wrote the Canterbury Tales. It was all in there. I Chaucered it up for her.
Oh my god.
And she didn't read it or answer it or care enough to reply to me in a
your
prompt
head.
fashion. So 10 hours later, I get this. There was no message.
This is a screenplay right now because one text message could have changed everything.
Are you saying I text butterfly wings?
Yes.
So she says there's no message, which makes me just go, she's out. Obviously, she's done. And so I don't know what to do. So I call our friend David, and I'm like, dude.
Drag him into it.
I said, look, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Well, he's the three-headed monster. It's a three-headed monster. Granted, I'm all the fucking...
It is a fucking monster.
I'm the eye of this hurricane, but you two are swirling around, blowing fucking damage and destroying shit. That's what you're doing. I'm the calm, serene guy in the center of the eye. I am the eye of the hurricane. I just sit there with my arms crossed. I'm like, and then swirling around me are you two just fucking creating chaos, destroying restaurants and upending clams. And yet I'm sitting there in the middle. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't understand why these guys are doing this. And then I text you into the maelstrom and I get a fucking barn dropped on me. I don't get it.
You were the Joker. I thought you were the one creating the chaos.
Well, sometimes the Joker likes to insinuate that by doing nothing, he's doing everything.
Oh, I see. You do text butterflies.
So I'm in the middle of the hurricane. I'm in the eye.
You are the eye in all of this.
That can't be denied. So I go ahead and I give a shout to our friend David, who is involved in this show. by doing all sorts of cool stuff. And so I call him up and I'm like, dude, I just want to give you a shout. I have no idea what's going on this week. And he's like, what do you mean? And I go, I don't know what's happening. I go, Lily might be out. You know, I texted her. I gave her like a fucking 22 thing text, and she's like, and she hasn't responded. And so I don't know what's happening on Wednesday. And he goes, you got to just gangster through this. You got to learn how to do it. And I go, well, yeah, I understand that. That's easy for you to say. I go, but it's different for me. He goes, no, it's not really. He goes, you just got to do it. I go, yeah, I know I have to do it. I go, but you know, I'm not calling you to tell me that everything that I need to fucking do everything. I understand I need to do everything, but can we empathize a little bit now with the tragedy of everything that has just happened? And he's just like, dude, you know, I don't understand why this is a big drama. Like, you just got to fucking learn Audacity and that's fine. And I go, no, you don't I go, it's easy for you to say, dude. I go, you know what? That's fucking dumb. Cause that's like me saying to Dave, you know, hey, it's like if he would just went, hey man, just pick up that guitar and play a song. And I'd be like, fuck no, I can't, because he can. But if I said to him, hey, do me a favor, dude, talk for 2 hours extemporaneously and be funny. And he'd just be like, all right. And then he'd fucking probably do it. And then I'd look like a dumb fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. But like, so all I was trying to do was get people to understand everybody has a role. Lily produces and I get to come here and I get to be James Brown and then I get to go home. And then the band is David and he gets to score my work and everything's great. We're all happy. Everybody's fine. But then Max is just, he keeps saying, so I was like, yeah, dude, I tried to tell her, you know, I'm trying to get a hold of her on Wednesday and I'm just trying to fucking lock down a time to record. And then she immediately gives me 3 things out of the box where she's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And that doesn't make me want to go there and fucking record. It doesn't make me want to go and bother her because I don't pay her. I don't pay you. And it just seems fucking crazy. And he goes, well, did she say to come over Wednesday? I go, yeah, she says come over Wednesday at 10. And he goes, so go. And I go, no, you don't understand. Dude, fuck all that, man. She's telling me that she doesn't want to do this, she doesn't want to do this, and it's miserable to sit in a room with somebody who doesn't want to fucking be there. And he goes, she's telling you to come over, right? And I go, yeah. And he goes, then she wants to be there. I go, dude!
Oh my God.
I said, we're having a conversation. And I tried to pin her down on Wednesday, and she's like, what time do you want to come over? And I said, well, I got to go to the gym in the morning. And he goes, and I go, what? And he goes, you got to go to the gym in the morning? And I go, yeah. And he goes, so, but you're insisting that she's available when you need her, but you can go to the gym and she has to be at your beck and call. I go, it's 8 in the fucking morning, man. It's an hour at the gym at 8 in the fucking morning. She wouldn't want to record at 8 in the morning anyway. And he goes, all right, well, if you're going to talk to me like this, then we can just fucking hang up. And I go, man.
Oh, fuck. No wonder you're insane right now.
Dude, I go, I'm just trying to convey to you the fact that it looks like she's out and she fucking bailed on me and I don't know what the fuck to do. And he goes, yeah, you do. Learn Audacity, go learn it and fucking do the show. And I'm like, motherfucker, that's not what I'm saying. I'm looking for some sort of empathy or a shoulder or something at this point because everything is dead. Everything just fucking finished. Everything changed, man. I don't know what the fuck to do. And he's like, you do know what to do. Fucking learn the show and do it and learn Audacity and do it. You were supposed to learn it 7 years ago and you didn't. And I'm like, well, I go, look, granted, I change the recording schedule sometimes and I get to do it on a Tuesday or Thursday. And he goes, yeah. And what does that do to her schedule? I go, well, we sit down at the beginning of the month and we look at the days that we have coming up and we figure out when to record. And he goes, yeah. And I'm assuming that when you can't do a show, there's no show. But when she has a thing, you get upset, right? I'm like, dude, you're not fucking understanding me. And honestly, fuck yeah. Because you know what? If I can't record a show, guess what? What are you going to do? Come and play a fucking lute while she pushes buttons? There's no fucking show, man. You understand that, right?
Oh my God.
Seriously. Because if I don't want to do it, it's you playing a ukulele while she fucking laughs. No show, motherfucker. Put it out. See what the fuck happens. A hurricane is nothing without the eye. It implodes in on itself and it turns into a tropical storm. Fuck both of you. Fuck Tropical Storm Lily Mex. You need me to be a fucking hurricane, goddammit. But yeah, you want to ride that out to its fucking conclusion? Yes, if I don't want to do a show, there's no fucking show. So if I gotta go to the gym at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning, then guess what? Get a shower and have fucking toast ready when I walk in your door at 10. Because I want to be in a good mood and well fed to be funny for the masses.
Oh my God.
Totally looking for help. He bails on me. The fucking three-headed monster is just eating itself. I don't get it.
Oh my
Literally, if this podcast was a body, I'm the head, and you guys are the hands going, quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Why are you hitting yourself? Could somebody be on my side? One person? So Lily I send that message. So I just figure she's out. I mean, I don't know anything. So then yesterday, I'm at work. I waited a day because Monday's burlesque day. Like that's her deal, and I don't fucking get involved. And I mean, she's got a show to produce, costumes to put together. She's possibly rehearsing. I don't fucking know. She could be on the phone with Richard Simmons. She could be on the phone with Ray Gunn. I don't know who the fuck she's talking to. She could be underneath a pile of ladies. I got no idea how she runs her Mondays because Mondays belong to Lily. I got nothing to do with those. So I waited. And then yesterday was Tuesday, and I was working, and honestly, and don't think all day Monday. By the way, just because it's her day, and I know she's busy, and I can't bother her, don't think I didn't think about it all goddamn day and try to figure out what the fuck was going to happen. Because as we were getting closer and closer to the deadline, in my head, I'm like, all right, man, what the fuck am I going to do here? Like, how am I going to do this on Wednesday? Because I don't know how to do Audacity. I don't know what the fuck to do. But who can I get to come over and help me? And what can I do? And how can I do this? And it was funny. It was when I was talking to David. He goes, well, here. He goes, I can help you if you'll calm down and we'll figure it out. I'm like, oh God. When I feel I'm being patronized, it drives me crazy. And he'll just say, I'm not patronizing you. I'm just speaking to you matter-of-factly about, because he's that guy.
I say.
Like literally.
I'm just talking to you like a person talks to a person.
Yeah, you know what? He's Locke. If we were on the island, if we were on Lost, he's Locke and you're fucking Kate and I'm the smoke monster. That's who I am. I'm the smoke monster.
That means.
Trust me, I'm right.
Okay.
Well, all right. Like, what did you watch? True Blood?
Yes.
All right. All right, on True Blood, you would be Suki, and then he would be the.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, is that wrong? I don't even. That's the only name I know.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
No, she's
literally. I know no other names. I was just gonna make me the blood on the porch. Like that's what I was gonna be. I have no fucking idea. What else did you watch?
The tape dispenser in the psychology.
That's me.
Oh my God, that was the best.
I can't think of any analogies because you and I don't watch any of the same goddamn shows. But yeah, he's a good guy to have in a crisis. I'm a good guy to have if you want a crisis.
See, it works well.
I think that sums it up, right? Max is a good guy to have in a crisis. I'm a good guy to have if you want to have a crisis. He's Tom Hagen. I'm Sonny. That's it. That's just it. I want to kill everybody, and I want to make sure everybody fucking dies, and he wants to fucking negotiate it and figure it out and get fucking, what's his name, to kill himself in the bathtub. That's it. That's what he does. You know, he's the Schmidt whisperer. That's who fucking Dave is. But not in a good way. Like, he winds me up. Like, he'll just be like, dude, yeah, no, you're wrong here. Well, I'm not wrong. What the fuck? Argoblarg. I can't be wrong. So yeah, so he's that guy. He has the facts at his disposal, and he fucking makes it happen. It's like, God damn it, dude, don't fucking come at me with facts. I'm trying to blow shit up here. He's a sniper. He's a fucking sniper. He's got one man, one job, and one bullet. I just throw dynamite into the house and kill everybody. I don't give a fuck. Guess what? Yeah, that's right. You want to be a sniper? You want to be Chris Pyle on the fucking roof 8 miles away and shoot a guy in the fucking neck? Go ahead. I'm just gonna bring a drone in and kill the entire city. I don't give a fuck. So then when he and I do that, we clash, and he'll be like, I'll say, well, you don't understand. That's fucking difficult. And he's like, no, it isn't. And I'm like, that shit might work at the bottom of a well, but it doesn't work in real life. You know what I mean? You can't fucking, like, if we're looking to escape, I need you to be the brains of the outfit and go, all right, let's, put one foot in front of the other, and pretty soon you're walking across the floor, and then we're out of the goddamn well. Seriously, I don't, it's like, he's just all business and I'm an idiot. It's like if you were to have, 4 lawyers trying to have a business meeting with the Cat in the Hat. I mean, like, it's just stupid.
Best meeting ever.
It was on my side, certainly. David will not eat my green eggs and ham. I think it's the second time I said that in this show. So then I tell David that, and he's just like, fucking deal with it. Like, he's just, I don't know. Look, I've always joked I'm not a dude here. I've always said that. I was raised by my mom, and my mom's a psychopath, and so I kind of got a lot of that, and along with a lot of chick stuff. And then I got a lot of fake guy shit, like I'm trying to be all faux tough and ready to explode at the fucking drop of a goddamn hat. So I mean, it's just a maelstrom in here. It just is.
Issues.
I got everything issues. What the fuck are you talking about? Let's not hang a cock on these. I mean, I got problems all over the joint. So I mean, like, I guess the bottom line, I don't know why I'm telling you all this shit. Is like, I just didn't think this was going to happen today. Like, I had no fucking clue. I had
Are you
no.
disappointed that it's happening?
Well, I'm disappointed I'm doing the goddamn work, certainly. I don't know the fuck. I'm
So
sitting
let me
here.
ask this question though. All kidding aside here.
Before we do this,
Okay.
let me finish.
All right.
And then you jump in.
I won't remember the question then. but-
You, no, oh, well, then do it.
No, it's all right.
No, bullshit.
It's
Do
your
it.
show.
Fucking do it. Right. It's my show. Do it.
No, because let's come to the conclusion at the end. Let me put my psychology glasses back on.
Well,
You
then.
can keep talking, and at the very end, I'll ask this question.
Type it so you don't forget it.
Okay.
You're good at forgetting.
All right. Apparently not.
Yeah, you forget to hit the arrow on your texts and read the rest of them, god damn it.
I couldn't see the arrow. I'm blind.
You're even blind with those giant, dude, her phone looks like a little kid phone with the giant exaggerated numbers that you punch.
Yes.
God damn it, that's weird. Her texts are like all huge. You know what's funny? My brother Lenny, I was working with him the other day, and he's looking at his phone. He has to hold it at arm's length and lean his head back to read it.
Yes.
And I wanted to go, dude, Lily will tell you that all you got to do is make giant numbers in your goddamn phone. You can probably read it. But I don't know if he wants you to give that conceit to old age or what.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he just...
I cannot read this text even with my glasses on or off.
Okay.
Even that big. I can go like this and go, okay, that kind of makes sense. Yeah. And and I have dyslexia as well. 3 dots in an arrow look like 3 dots to me. Even with my glasses on, I went, oh shit, there's a little arrow. I can press on that and there's more.
Well, truth be told, I will tell you this. You showed me that. Like because my phone is still in human letters.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have to exaggerate it or add a fucking crazy thing to it. So I've never had to deal with the arrow.
Yeah.
I get a full text. It just comes into my phone. So when you showed me that and I saw the arrow, that was the first time I ever went, oh, you should hit the arrow. And I truthfully did not know if it was going to work. Like I thought maybe it just got eaten. But then when you hit it and it revealed that gigantic scroll of lettering, I gotta be honest, I felt pretty fucking proud of myself. Like all of a sudden I was like
you figured something out?
Yeah. I was Encyclopedia iPhone.
Would you like a cookie?
Yeah, it was great. Like it's like I fucking figured out your Bugs Meany text. Totally Encyclopedia iPhone. So then but then I'll tell you what, it actually made me even more rageful in my heart because I went, that's all you had to fucking do and you would have read it for fuck's sake. Literally. So, because I mean, again, I spent a day and a half in fucking purgatory thinking that you fucking blew me off and went, I don't want to read your text and fuck you. Like literally, like you just went, because that's why you wrote the message thing. And I'm like, so that's it. So that's why I thought you tendered your resignation with one fucking sentence. I'm like, all right, well, she's finished and she's out. She doesn't want anything to do with it, which had me fucking flipping and trying to figure out. So then yesterday, I gave her all of Monday, and then Tuesday I was at work and I was trying to figure out. And again, I'm hiding under the coats because I realized that if I talk to her and she says I'm out on Wednesday, then I'm done. Like I really don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Bullshit.
No, I didn't know. I was like,
Bullshit though. You are such a smart guy. There is no way you wouldn't figure it out.
well, I would have had to make like 30 phone calls to try to get somebody on board to help me out. I mean, I started to compile the list of who was going to do it and all that stuff, and then and buy myself some time so I could actually learn the fucking thing. But like I said, I just thought you were out. I was like, all right, well that's cool. So I didn't want to text you though, because there was still a glimmer of hope that you were going to do it. So I didn't want to text you to go.
Yeah, you did.
Are we do? Well, because I had to. I had to know.
I laughed hysterically when I read it.
Well, all I wrote yesterday, I just wrote, hey there, are you still available tomorrow? I think I said, right? I think I said, hey there, are you still available tomorrow? And then she just wrote back, seriously? You're asking me that? But I will tell you this.
How
Wait.
you read it.
Well, wait. No. But let me explain something. She wrote, seriously? You're asking me that? See you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Smiley face emoticon.
Yes.
And I have to be, but
'cause I was
honestly,
laughing.
but Lily, I swear to God, maybe I'm 6 years old. If you didn't put the smiley face emoticon, I would have thought we still had a problem. And I'm not even joking. That's how simple I am. That made me think, oh, okay.
I am no longer texting with you ever. We have to talk on the phone. There will be no texting allowed. You read so much shit into it. I don't even think I want to email you anymore.
But how can you say smiley face emoticon to make me realize everything's okay?
I'm gonna talk to you from now on, like in text. Hello, Michael. I am on the phone with you right now, and we need to talk about when we are going to be scheduling.
LOL. OMG. I sound like fucking Jill's ex-husband.
Oh my god.
Guy's like 75 years old and he writes LOL at OMG and all his posts with like 40 exclamation points. And I'm like, you are a hump. All right. I'm trying not to be judgmental. He's a good guy. All right. So he's a terrible person. So sure enough, she writes me. So she says, I literally, it took the smiley face emoticon to make me go, oh, okay. Well, then we're all right.
And that was it? And then everything went away?
You know what I am? Well, no, nothing went away. I was able to table it, certainly. And I realized I had a date this morning. But you know what I mean? You know what? I will tell you this. I am a caveman. Because pictures made me go, oh, yeah, okay. Words can be interpreted in so many ways, but if you put like a picture of a buffalo, I'm like, cool, we're going to eat. That's it. That's what we have to do from now on. I need fucking emojis and I need just like fucking cave pictures. That's it. That's how I will understand everything from now on. Words can be interpreted too many ways. Fuck that, dude. But it's so funny if eventually you read the text they sent you, which you probably will not.
I just read the whole thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it was nice to end. But in the beginning it said this will be rambling, so you've been warned. And I even said, like I preface this by saying that I do all that qualifying bullshit.
I don't understand any of that.
Neither does Max. Neither does Jill. They're all just like, I don't know why you need it. Because, like, again, it's that same syndrome of this. If you come up to somebody and you go, we got to talk. No matter what you say next, they're going to be dreading whatever comes out.
No, they aren't. You are.
No. If you say to somebody,
No, I'm not. You are.
we got to talk. I bought those cookies you like. But in that brief interval between we've got to talk and I bought those cookies you like, you've now broken up with me.
No, but that's in your
No, it's the
head.
truth, man.
No,
you meant it. Here's why. Because you came up to me.
I just ended a job and didn't have as much drama as these emails.
Well, this is granted, this is a 10-year relationship. Let's be honest. But also, like, but if you came up to me and you were like, we got to talk.
But I didn't say we got to talk. I said we got to talk now.
In my head, immediately, if it's like we got to talk, in my head, I go, all right, we're broken up. What's my next move? And then, you go,
You are so ready to split at any moment.
I got those cookies you like.
You just.
Then I'd be like, yay. But in that interval, though, I would literally, my heart would sink to my fucking
wouldn't then
ankles.
Go, is she gonna hit me over the head with them?
Well, I'd prefer that. You want to take a poke at me? That's fine. It's better than fucking hashing out a bunch of other shit with you.
No. If you're like, we need to talk.
No, I understood.
You like.
Smash.
Yeah, it's like.
Good. I don't care.
But everything isn't a fight. Everything isn't a problem.
Everything is.
Isn't. Sometimes a penis is just a penis. Everything isn't something else complicated. Sometimes you could just look at a flower and smile.
What's your angle? What's that flower's angle? That flower's trying to get me to like it, and then I'm going to get close, and there's a bee inside. Ha ha! They leap upon me. And they steal my precious blood, and they infect me with their bee nonsense.
Bee nonsense. Oh.
But then,
My favorite vitamin, the bee nonsense.
the vitamin B nonsense. Oh, I inject all day. I'll give you a nonsense injection.
Oh my God.
But then I will unleash my own bees upon that flower and destroy it. I'm a force of nature. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Just be a flower.
No, nothing can be just anything. There is nothing that is just anything. I'm not a monk on a goddamn hilltop.
You don't have to be a
Yes,
monk,
you do.
but don't you want to
Fuck
be
this
happy?
Jimmy Stewart wistfully kicking a can down the street way of living. It's not the fucking way to go.
There's a difference
No.
between blissful moron
No.
and intellectual artistic sufferer.
Fuck that, man. You know what? If I order soup, I want soup. I don't want broth. Don't give me a bowl of fucking liquid. Fuck all that. Throw some chunks in there. I want some cauliflower. I want some goddamn vegetables. I want some variety. That's life, goddammit. Nobody wants straight broth.
you don't
Nobody wants to
have to
look at the
put-
sun and go, wee,
But
this
you
is
don't have
bullshit.
to put 3 tablespoons of drama into everything.
Why not?
You don't need it.
If you want it to rise, you do. I like drama muffins.
Oh my God.
If I made you a batch, listen, if I said to you, hey, do you want a batch of cookies? Or do you want a batch of dramatic cookies? You would be all over the dramatic cookies. Are you fucking kidding me? Each one of them looks like a little Shakespeare dude or like Puck or something like that. Fucking holding the skull like goddamn last poor Yorick. I made him cookies and he died. Fuck yeah, man.
I don't want to be a part.
Everybody wants dramatic cookies. Nobody wants to, because this show's fucking nothing without drama if there's not, you know what I mean? What is it? Hey, guess what happened today? I went ahead and I brought coleslaw to a dude. You guys can get me at this fucking email. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Everybody wants to watch the slowly dissolution.
Real drama.
Everybody wants to watch the slow dissolution of a human being. That's what this is all about. Everybody wants to watch it in real time. You know how people slow down to look at a car accident? This has been an 8-year slow motion vision of me on the side of the road. That's what this whole fucking thing has been. So why not? Why not? Why not give yourself over to the chaos of it and just fucking realize that that's the way it's going to be? It's just a goddamn tailspin. I can't stop moving. I can't stop spinning. I can't stop dancing. I'm dancing as fast as I can.
Just want to know what time you'll be here to record.
What's up to you? When's your lunch with your friends? That's another thing. Who gave you permission to have friends? When the fuck did that happen? Wednesdays belong to me. Wednesdays are mine. Wednesdays are actually we changed it to Tuesday. You have your Wednesdays back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
After 20 minutes of, hey, I don't want to be that guy, but life is changing and things are evolving, and can we move to Tuesdays? Wednesdays are mine, but we want Tuesdays now.
Well, honestly, you know what? You should really give me Tuesday and Wednesday. Like, I mean, if you give me Tuesday to record and then give me Wednesday to recover, right? Then you just
I'm gonna be giving you the gift of freedom soon. You may be right.
Fuck, I can't stare at a blue graph. I can't do it. I cannot sit there and stare at a blue graph. That makes zero sense. I'm the guy who's pushing buttons and entering songs and fading stuff. I can't fade this shit.
Why don't
And you know what's
fade
funny?
this?
This has been a one-take dramatic fucking run. It's just been literally a car crash. This whole thing's been chaos, and that's fine. But what's gonna happen when I have to edit? Like if I have a car accident in my mouth? Because I mean that happened to me a fucking couple of weeks ago. I was doing it with Max. And I was talking and it was like, oh yeah, the little blah, 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 like literally a thing where your mouth blows out. It's happened to me a couple of times, and it happened. And there's this beat where I look at him and I go, are we fixing that? And he goes, I don't know. We can start from the beginning. And I go, fuck it. We can't do that. Let's just go. Because again, he recorded, because when that happened to me, I had to stop, he had to stop, and the mouse running in the wheel had to stop that records our fucking show at his house. Because whenever I go to his house, it's literally, I have to change into bloomers because we're recording in the fucking 18th century. Like, I mean, when I do a show with Max, I'm surprised it isn't just, David, come here, I need you. Like, that's what it should be. That's the technology we're using at his fucking place.
Dun, dun.
Exactly. It's so bad. Literally, if you ever hear a show with me and David, just realize the two of us have handlebar mustaches and we're on big tricycles with giant front wheels. Because, I mean, it is just crazy bad fucking technology in his basement. And it's him holding a bass. Like, whenever we're doing a show, just know that David has a bass in his hands. That's it.
Ridiculous.
I like to prefer that he's hiding behind it. Like, he's on the microphone. He's like, but at any moment, like if I ask him something he's uncomfortable with, he can just fucking, just go, all right, hold on, jam, and just fucking play a bass. He can just totally hide behind it because that's what he does. That's what he can do. That's his deal. That's his lot in life. He's the bass guy. He's the fucking music guy. He's the art guy. I'm the talking guy.
So are we caught up yet?
I guess we're caught up. What do you had a concern?
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
What day is it?
Well, today's Wednesday.
Okay. And what are we doing?
Yeah, well,
right now?
on another level, it's Prince Spaghetti Day. Anthony! Anthony! I'm an old person. All right, go ahead.
What are we doing right now?
Well, we're recording a show.
Okay. And what else are we doing right now? What are you doing?
Well,
You're
I'm learning
right?
Audacity, which I did not quite care to do because you were brought on board for this very reason. I don't get it.
So the end of our conversation when we talked and I said, I'll see you Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Yes.
It was, you can come over, we'll do the podcast, and I'll show you how to use Audacity, and we'll get through it. And
Well,
I'll see you at 10 a.m.
Well, I even texted Jill this morning and I said, I said, truthfully, I don't even know if I'm recording at Lily's house today. I think she may just be teaching me Audacity because she told me to bring my computer. So when you texted me this morning, you're like, hey, make sure you bring your computer, smiley face emoticon.
Yes.
And so I went, all right, well, that's cool. It means I'm still allowed to come over to her house. But if she wants me to bring my computer, then that means that we're doing something with Audacity on my computer. So maybe I'm just getting a tutorial and then I'll have to go home and record it, which I didn't know if that was going to be the case. So then I texted Jill. I go, truthfully, I don't even know what's going on. I'm kind of heading to Lily's now, and I hope we're recording, but she might just be giving me a lesson in this.
So.
And she wrote, I love you, because she's basically, she doesn't want to hold my hand through fucking everything, I would imagine.
So when I told you would be here at 10 a.m. and I told you that we would be recording and I told you that I would teach you Audacity, all of those things happened, yes?
Well, yes.
So do you now have confidence that I don't want to quit the show and that I'm not shoving you out the door and that you aren't the worst person in the world and that things between us are okay and that we can have a conversation that says, hey, Mike, what time do you want to come over? I'd like to come over here. Okay, that'll work, or no, that won't work, or we'll work it out, and then we'll find a time, and then we'll do a record.
2 out of 5 are not bad. Now,
Oh, my God.
the first 2 certainly I was on board with because we're doing them. I'm here and we're recording. The others, worst person in the world, and we can have a conversation, all that. That's still a coin flip at this point. We will see what the future brings. If there's a future. I don't even know if there is.
We got through the art table fight. We got through a lot of stuff.
We got through the bedroom fight.
Our friendship is...
We got through me fucking reaching down and accidentally grabbing your Hitachi magic wand by the bulb.
Well, you know.
So yeah, we've gotten through stuff.
I forgot about that.
I didn't.
Awkward. I've seen your penis on your phone.
That happened.
And I mean, I think our
Don't call it
friendship-
that. Call it something more fierce.
Your weenie?
No, see?
Your tallywhacker?
No, I don't like that one either.
Your thing?
No.
Your Johnston?
Well, I get a T in there? I get an extra T? I'll take that, actually. He sounds more jaunty as a Johnston.
He does. Your Johnston?
Yeah, I don't like a John. Everybody else has got
I
a
had
Johnson.
a friend who wouldn't say anything that sounded remotely like, and so she would always use words but not the right way.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's
So anyway.
so you know Norm Crosby is what you're saying?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now that guy's got a Johnston.
But the point is, you should never leave a conversation with me thinking that the relationship is over, the friendship is over, the podcasting is over, and I'm never going to speak to you again.
Why not again?
Because I'm your friend.
Well, certainly, but that can change, and with a spin or a drop
Have
of a
I
hat.
ever not addressed issues that I have with you? Have I talked to you about things that have bothered me and said, this bothers me and this can't happen again? And we've had adult conversations about things?
Well, that's
Yeah, we
rarely
have.
happening because a lot of things, nothing really I do bothers you. So
You're such an ass.
very rarely have we had that conversation. No, you're right. I get it. I understand that. But it's
Let there be no drama between us, and there is no drama between us. And I'm not talking about the guy from Entourage, which, by the way, if you don't go see that with me, I will kill you.
I cannot believe you're actually thinking about seeing that.
I have to.
I talked to my
I
trainer.
saw every fucking episode,
So did I.
So I have to go.
And that's why I'm out.
And I'm like, nobody's gonna go with me, but I have to go.
Again, that
no
was
matter
like-
how bad it is.
That was like Oz, where I watched every single
Yeah.
episode because when it got in the home stretch, I'm like, I just got to do it because I've seen them all.
Yeah, I know.
But that's how I felt about Entourage. I literally hated everybody on the show except one person.
Yeah.
And I only watched it for that person, and they changed that person into a pussy the last year and a half of the show. And I just like...
But don't you feel like if you go, maybe there's a redemption?
No, I really don't. I was just talking to
lying,
John about
you're
that
going,
today.
You have to go.
I was talking to my trainer about that
Someone
today.
has to go with me.
Well,
because I
good. Yes,
can't go
someone.
alone.
I literally
Oh,
cannot.
God damn it, you are not my friend.
I
That's
saw
it,
that.
I'm out.
No. Done.
That's the line.
Quitting the show?
Podcast is over if you won't go see it.
Well, I will send you a 22-paragraph text about why I cannot see Entourage.
All right,
That one you
don't
better
have to go
fucking
see
read.
Entourage with me. Anyway, the point being, the drama that is in our friendship and the thing here is not in me. There was a misunderstanding and a text that didn't get read, and the world did not come to an end, and we're recording the podcast, and year 8 so far, spectacular. Even with my mistake that I didn't realize. I apologize for last week.
Yeah, let's. That was another reason why in our conversation because I felt, and then you got mad that I brought it up, and I wasn't.
Well, you
I wasn't
brought
bringing it up.
in the middle of a conversation, and I was like, you don't get to change the topic.
Well, I was trying to explain why I needed to talk to you and why I needed to see you. Because again, we communicate a lot via email and we communicate a lot.
Which has to stop.
Well, yes, it does because you don't read them. And
You're
deny
dealing
that.
with a dyslexic.
Deny that. I dare you. Because again, I literally last week it was specific and it was the instructions were in the email that you were sent and you didn't do it. And it drove me crazy when I found it after the fact. And that was why I was like, what does she, and that's what led to me to go spin off into she doesn't give a fuck and wants me to get the fuck out of her life.
I made a mistake.
Well, yeah, but
Because I brought the pieces in, I read it, and I went, okay, all right, it's 2 pieces, it goes right here. And it didn't even dawn on me. I listened to it, and it didn't dawn on me that that wasn't what was said.
yeah, because it was a coda, it's not an introduction.
Yeah.
And so it should go after me talking about being jealous, and that's where the song was supposed to
Yeah,
go.
and-
But also in my head, I'm like, for 6 years, the song has gone in the same spot. And it just felt to me like you
But
were
here's
like,
the
I don't give a
problem.
fuck.
I got home late. I had been out all day. I got the pieces in to download. I sat down. I listened to the piece. I'm like, the audio quality's good. I jumped forward. The audio quality's good. Cut off the silence on the end. I'm like, this all sounds great.
Well, let me ask you
And
this
just- I
really
went-
quickly.
I went into just real quick. I went into when you show up at work and it's like, oh, that's already done. I'll do this.
Right.
And I didn't realize that the piece before that was missing. It was just one of those where I just went into auto mode because I was tired.
Now, how powerful a program is Audacity, and how much of what is going on can the microphone pick up?
It's going to pick me up pretty loudly.
Well, no, but can it pick me up playing the world's smallest violin for you and your bullshit problems for not getting the show right last week? Because I've been playing it since you started running your trap.
The point is, I was explaining what happened. Oh, fuck.
So it said, because it said in the email, the song goes after L-I-L-L-I. It said that. It was right there.
It always does.
Yes, and you decided not to put
I
it there.
didn't decide it. I made a mistake.
Yes, you did.
And I've owned up to that mistake and taken accountability for it.
Yes.
Even publicly, I'm like, yeah, I fucking made a mistake.
Yeah.
So...
But
in my
you know
world
me.
Now we're done with that, and we move to the next thing.
Well, I'm done with it as
try to
well.
be better.
But you also know that I literally the only thing I have is this tiny fiefdom, I strangle it to death.
I think you have a really cool girl that you dig a lot.
Well, yes, I'm talking about professionally. I'm talking about this stuff. But I need this. But I need this to work to keep her. Otherwise, she's gonna fucking take off. Like she is. You know, if I wind up just keep banging my head into this and doing a nonsense show, and then she's like, I don't want to deal with that guy anymore, and she bails. So I mean, who knows?
Again, somebody else is leaving you for an arbitrary thing that
Everybody's
didn't happen
leaving.
yet.
Well, of course, everybody goes away. That's how it works.
But they don't.
Yeah. Well.
Everybody dies.
True.
That's it.
That's true.
But not everybody leaves you. People who die aren't dying to get away from you.
Somebody else from my high school died this week. Like I now that's like 3 people from the class of '84 who've died this year, and one of them I saw at my fucking reunion. This dude Jim, and then again, social media has made it so freaky when that guy dies. Because like if you would have told me now, like if you were looking at me and like, dude, I can't believe Jim died, and I'd be like, I haven't seen Jim in 80 years. I didn't know he's still alive. But seeing him, drinking a beer with somebody on Facebook and then holding his daughter, you go, oh, fuck, Jim died? He's my age, Even though when I saw him at the reunion, Jim was in trouble. I mean, you can kind of tell. Because he had heart surgery like twice.
Yeah.
If you're my age and they're already, hammering into your ticker, slow down.
Yeah.
Don't come up to me two-fisted at the reunion and go, Schmitty! And, you're literally covered in gravy and beer. I mean, it's like, good for you, but then I'm not going to be surprised when I read your obit in 6 months. Although I was surprised, I won't lie, because Jim's a good guy. I don't want to, your life choices are your life choices. I mean, I've eaten chocolate bars forever, and I'm waiting soon, eventually. You know who I am right now? I'm one of those Easter bunnies that you get at Easter. If you just peeled my skin off, I would have a hollow chocolate shell inside of me. That's all I am.
Well, I disagree with that.
It's true.
No, because I also, again, this is going to be like, oh, let's all talk about Mike. But it is the Mike show.
Let's all?
Yeah.
Seems high.
But the point is, I do see past that, Mike. I see past all of those crazy things, and that's why we've been friends for 10 years. 12 years. I don't know. 11 years. How long have we been friends? 2000
long time.
Election?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't...
And I doubt that 20 years from now I'm going to go, oh, Mike's dead, and I find out on social media. I anticipate I'm going to be there. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it won't be... It's going to be a lot sooner than 20 years.
The point, though, is...
I got 7 left, tops.
Stop worrying about people bailing and start living in the happy of having them in your life now.
Yeah.
I just got like all,
Well, that makes sense, certainly. But at the same time, you don't have to, it's quiet sometimes. And then you sit there and you go, that's going to change and this is going to happen. And you're never good enough. You just aren't. You want to be, you want to try to be. And all you can do is do what you can do to move forward and be the best that you can. And you hope people recognize that. And then, but the thing is, inevitably, all I'm trying to impress is myself. Because
you are never going to succeed then.
True. I'm just saying, it's like you and Jill and maybe David, you guys, you're in. I have the job. You know what I mean? Even with all my bullshit and nonsense, you're still around and you still love me and you still want me there. But it's the thing where but I'm not good enough for me. So if I'm not good enough for me, how could I possibly be good enough for you? And eventually you will realize that. All of you will realize that, and then you will just go, "Oh man, that's look what happened. Why are we wasting our time with this fucking jamoke?" And then I'm, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So that's, and again, I'm not saying that's true, but that's the fucking hymn that lives in your head that makes you go, "Oh yeah, dude, you're not." It's, and this will sound terrible, this analogy. It's cogent, but it seems like kind of trite. when I saw Birdman, and I think I talked about it on here, which Jill did not care for, I was immersed in it because it was me. And it wasn't really me because I'm not a famous guy who's no longer famous and then all that. But I recognize sitting in a room and looking and hearing the voice telling you, why the fuck are you even doing this? Because it's the dumbest fucking thing you've ever done and nobody's going to like it. That exists, and it exists all the time. And so you're constantly trying to chase the better. You're constantly trying to do your best work at all times, and also you are also giving up and sitting there and not doing anything because you think that there's no reason to do it because it'll never be good enough and it'll never be what you wanted it to be anyway.
But why don't you just do it because you enjoy it?
Fuck all that. Who wants to enjoy anything? You can, I suppose, but I mean, because because enjoying it is not going to turn the engine light off in my car. Enjoying it is not going to get me out of the fucking shitty apartment that I live in. Enjoying it is not going to get me to throw my purple chair away and buy me a new couch.
Isn't going to make it happen either.
Well, maybe.
No.
Maybe if I hate long enough, everything will dissolve.
But that's not oh great. This is just really chill. I'm going to put my glasses back on.
All right.
Dr. Lily.
Yes.
Believes that if you're not enjoying it, don't do it. It's not the end result that you're trying to reach. Rent will always figure out how to be paid. You're a smart, industrious person.
Well, I'm enjoying it. I mean, are you kidding me? This is the only thing I enjoy.
But that's the point I'm saying is just do this and be happy. And if something comes, great.
Literally
if the next thing comes, great.
Being with Jill and doing the show. That's the only two things that I have that I want to do, that I look forward to. And it's my own fault. Again, I've made myself very small.
I don't think that's... I don't think this is a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but my point is that you need to broaden yourself. You need to have more. And again, that would allow me to bring more to this. It would make this better instead of me sitting here screaming about how my friends don't like me, which is fucking crazy. You know, I mean, and I recognize that. But
well,
I mean,
I think having a show about having basically what came down to a misunderstanding on text, really.
Yeah.
For an hour and a half is hysterical.
Well,
I've never laughed so hard about how ridiculous this whole thing was.
Was that a good thing? That just seems kind of ridiculous.
It is funny.
Hey, fathead, you're an idiot. I never laughed so hard at you.
No, because I laughed too because I'm just like, Miss Dyslexic never saw a fucking arrow and you know, I never made it to the top of the Empire State Building and my happiness is all gone because of it.
To jump off.
Literally a movie happened because I didn't open a text.
Well, let me ask you this.
It's hysterical.
Well, now that, but all right, so, and again, this is a dumb question. It shouldn't even be asked, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Of course you are. And I'm going to respond.
Okay.
Really?
Now that you know that I sent that, and then you see that you responded with one sentence, and you see that I sent like 22 paragraphs and didn't hear anything, do you understand why I thought you were done and out and we were not?
Yes, absolutely. But
because I thought that was just like the ultimate
don't-
fuck you. Like, nah, dude, I don't give a shit about all the shit you typed.
But you don't have to think that when it's like, yes, I'll see you at 10 a.m.
You know what's funny is I will preach this to everybody. If anybody has problems or anything like that, I'll say to them, and I go, hey, look, man, I'll say nobody can make you feel a certain way.
No.
Only you can do that. So you can choose to acknowledge that this is happening, or you can choose a different thing, or what, whatever. But I'm really good at that advice to give to people. But then when it comes to me, I will get fucking furious over things, and I'll see stuff, and it's things, they're little tiny things that shouldn't matter in the large scheme. Because if you took this small infinitesimal thing and compared it to, like, if someone does 10 great things for you, and then they do one thing that bothers you, why is that why does that bother you so much?
It depends on what it is they did. If it's something that morally or legally you feel is something that is a character flaw that you can't be around because it could cause repercussions, that's great. But if your boyfriend constantly leaves the toilet seat up, it's going to be an annoyance. It's not going to be a problem unless there are other problems, because then you can take that anger and direct it to the toilet seat. So if you always look at all those 10 things and those things are all great, the toilet seat is never an issue.
Right.
So
but that's the thing
when
is I'm
you
not
do
that
focus
guy.
on
Like,
these things, there's something else that's going on.
right. But all I want to do is everything should there shouldn't be cause and effect. None of that should happen.
is.
But there shouldn't be ever.
But there is.
No, everything should just be isolated. Everything in life should be just a one-panel comic strip. That's it. You shouldn't have to rely on a history that makes you feel a certain way because you felt that way then and now you're thinking about this. We have to stop being who we are and start being different people.
You have to stop being who you are.
No, I can't though. That's
you
me.
can if you wanna
Bullshit.
be.
Well, I do. I want to be better. But at the same time, there's part of me that kind of likes this part of it.
Choose your battles.
Like I said, I enjoy chaos. I mean, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, not this bullshit chaos. Like, I like tsunamis.
But
I don't want this
was
fucking tiny
created
thing.
Chaos. This was not like somebody ran into your car or cut you off. This was a simple misunderstanding.
Misunderstandings are never simple.
Oh, misunderstanding.
No, because I will take them at the goal line and I will sprint through your defense all the way to the other end and score a touchdown with it. I will absolutely run with anything you give me. Do not tell me that misunderstandings are simple, because they are not. There is no such thing, because it can be spun into anything. I am a fucking spider, and I will make a gigantic web that wraps you up and fucking kills you, and then I'll come back and just drain your blood periodically to stay alive.
Please don't do that. I'm a fan.
Well, then you should want me to be that close. You should want to realize that you're my lifeblood and you're keeping me sustained, right? Shouldn't you offer yourself to me? You're blood of my blood and you're all that bullshit, that Jesus stuff?
I don't believe in religion.
What? I'm getting my dose of religion on Facebook now with the Caitlyn Jenner thing. It's like
oh my God, people are terrible.
dude. Well, all right, because here's the thing: people, they're just going. The religious angle is the one that drives me crazy. Where they start with God created you in this image and you shouldn't try to tamper with his work and all this nonsense. And I'm just like, aren't there at least 15 other things in that stupid magical book of yours that tell you that this is okay? Like that she's made a good move here and she's being happy, and judge not lest you be judged, and don't judge somebody until you walk a mile in her high heels. Like, isn't that in there too, if I remember correctly?
Yep.
And he who is without sin cast the first stone through this Vanity Fair cover. I mean, honestly, I don't understand. And again, if you want, and another thing is those same people they'll be like, he was created in his own image. Well, fuck that. Jesus created him in this image, and then I'll look at all the Photoshop on the cover of the magazine. It's terrible. You know what, dude? I got news for you. Jesus is the original Photoshop. All right. Yeah. Every picture of fucking Jesus, the ones I've seen, he's windswept. He's gorgeous. He looks like a fucking surfer, and he's not black. So don't fucking tell me that you're concerned with Photoshop now because Caitlyn Jenner has decided that she should go ahead and be on the cover of a fucking magazine. And then I look, I can't speak to the problems or the concerns of the transgender community. I don't know anything about it. And I'll be quite frank, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Live your life the way you want to live it, and I hope it works out for you. That's great as long as you're happy. If Caitlyn Jenner decided to become Caitlyn Jenner because Bruce had committed some terrible crimes and she wanted to hide from society,
yeah, that would be a little bit different.
That's different. But if she wants to do this because she feels that this is how she's going to be comfortable, go read to your kids. And who the fuck cares? And tell your kids it's okay. You should be who you want to be. But that's the thing. That's what scares the shit out of everybody, is that their kid may make that decision. That's the only reason people point at it and laugh at it or joke. And they're like, oh, no, I can't believe that she did this. And I mean, those people who insist on misgendering her still, and the people who insist on calling her by her previous name. And again, look, I'm late to this party. I don't give a fuck. I know who you used to be, and I know who you are now, and I know you were on a Wheaties box, and you ran. I saw a guy on Facebook, and he's like, well, since there is no more Bruce Jenner, shouldn't we erase all of his Olympic records, and we should take him out of the record books? We should never even acknowledge that he existed. And I'm like, what do you care? Why are you threatened that the 1976 decathlon winner now has decided to do this in his life, her life, their life? And again, I don't mean to missfuck.
But the difference is you're not doing it on purpose. When you ask,
that's what I mean.
And I've had my fucking friends that have been doing that all week long. I think it's really great that we've made a hero out of the white rich guy who became the white rich girl. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, can't anybody have their own story?
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that someone else doesn't find it heroic.
Or just because it's not what you think it should be.
Right.
We all have our journey. I don't judge people who live in the South and want to sit on their front porch on a couch.
See, here's the way I feel about it. I feel that Caitlyn Jenner decided to become a woman just because she wanted to see what it was like to be treated like a woman in this country, and it happened within 30 fucking seconds. Oh my God. I don't, because again, as I've said, I would never want to be a woman. I don't want to be a woman. I don't want to deal with the problems. I don't want to deal with all the bullshit. I don't want to deal with being treated as a second class person. I don't want to deal with, again, I get a taste of it with Jill with every fucking guy coming around sniffing at the hem of her dress. And I'm just like, dudes, get the fuck out of here. All right. She's got a boyfriend. And unless you want to eat a fucking elbow, there's no reason for you to chase up this fucking tree. It drives me crazy. And again, because she and I have had that discussion and she's like, well, what am I supposed to do? And it's true because why is it incumbent upon her to look at these guys and go, hey, I have a boyfriend? You know, it's just leave her alone. If she wanted your attention, she'd come and get it, but she doesn't. And then you fucking throw it at her unwanted and you keep throwing it at her. And eventually, I got news for you. The eye of the hurricane's going to come sweeping through your town and your bones are going to rot in the sun, motherfucker. But yeah, it just...
The thing that grosses me out the most is the thing that will finally stop a guy from hitting on you is when you say, I have a boyfriend. Because it isn't until you belong to someone else that they realize that they can't have you. And it is exactly what everything about misogynistic behavior is.
Hey, smile. Hey, you look so much cuter when you smile.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
The
I don't owe you a smile. You don't own me. You can't say a fucking thing like that to me. And that's why it makes me laugh that Caitlyn Jenner now is a woman and is being treated just like women have been treated in this fucking country forever.
She's so pretty.
Either that or she's so ugly. You know what I mean? There's no, hey, is she happy? Cool. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And I read, there was someone on Facebook wrote this hateful religious thing and saying, you know, that you can't say, if you die, they find your DNA and you're a man and there's no changing it and all that. And Jesus didn't. And I'm like, what? Why does this matter to you? And, you know, there's a war in this country and conservatives are conceding the battlefield because liberals are going, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? A war? You know, believe me, Caitlyn Jenner was the least armed person I've seen in the news the last fucking 6 weeks.
Tell me about it.
So don't tell me that there's this war for your kids or war. Dude, raise your kids to be cool. Who cares? And that's the thing. They don't understand. Their kids are fine with it. You're the one pointing and laughing and mocking and trying to go ahead. And I have a friend, Riley, who's a comedian, and she's involved in I guess it's I don't want to say a transition because I don't speak to Riley very often. We're friends through Facebook and I know her. And I'll periodically see her posts and what she's dealing with and the things that she's going through. And she was very vocal about this Caitlyn Jenner. And people come up with their straw man arguments. And like, there was a guy, people started to say, I'm glad we're rallying behind this person who killed somebody a few months ago in a car accident. And that has nothing to do with the transition or the choice or anything. I mean, if you think that that's a terrible person because she's involved with the Kardashians, then I mean, I guess good for you. But as far as I've known, he or she hasn't ever been involved in their shenanigans. She's been part of it because she allowed it to happen and whatever the fuck. I don't know. Chris built the empire and Caitlyn came along for the ride when she was Bruce. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I can't defend it. All I'm saying is I don't need to defend it. She doesn't need my approval. She doesn't need, and people will say, well, she went on a magazine cover so she can get everybody's approval.
No, she went on a magazine cover because when you first realize as a woman that you're a woman and you're pretty and you feel comfortable with yourself, having beautiful photos of you to remind you that you're a beautiful person is a wonderful thing that should be celebrated. There's nothing more fun for me than to play dress up and put on beautiful costumes and have my fun. I have a naked photo of me hanging on the wall because I'm proud of the fact that I look the way I look. It drove me crazy.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you think Caitlyn Jenner would return my texts?
Depends on whether or not she can see the arrow.
You guys can get me at MikeandMikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40yearoldboy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the40yearoldboy. And oh, I crushed it last night on the at midnight thing. I was so funny.
You were.
You can find our friend David Mex Hernandez. He does all of the music and the artwork for this show, as well as trying to make me realize that I'm wrong. You can find him at Facebook.com/David Mex Hernandez, or you can go to his website, which is artbydmh.com. That's ARTBYDMH.com. You can check out all of the past work he's done. You can commission him to do some artwork for you going forward. You can also see all of his the Guy Cons that he's come up with, which are the amazing paintings and portraits he's created of icons for basically for tough guys or of tough guys. So go ahead and check that all out at artbydmh.com, artbydmh.com. Remember that our friend Ryan Dirks does all of the audio for this show. You can find him at facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. And then there's another address called Little Profiles or something, and I forget it because I'm very bad and old. But go to facebook.com/Ryan Dirks and then and write him there, and perhaps he'll tell you where his profile thing is. And our friend Lily Von Stupp is the once and future producer of this show. You can find her at several different Twitter accounts, twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, twitter.com/MNTs, and twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest. You can be her friend on Facebook at facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. But if you'd like to write her a personal note and find out exactly how to interpret all these blue graphs so I can go ahead and get this show online for you guys to fucking listen to, you can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com. The song goes here. Do I hit a button? What do I do now?
Hit stop.
I hit stop? Which is that? That's the little yellow square, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing it! This ain't that fucking hard. Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It is, I'm going to say this. It's the most celebrated burlesque show in the history of Los Angeles, and I don't think I'm overspeaking by saying such a statement. It is truly the most popular event in the history of bars. How about that? That may be overspeaking that particular thing. I may be given to some hyperbole there. I'm not sure. But I can tell you this, it is certainly the most highly anticipated event every Monday here in the Southern California region, the Basin. I know everybody's talking about it all day long, and they can't wait to get there and see naked ladies and see my good friend who produces that show. Her name is Lily Von Stupp. Hi, Lily. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
I like that you still give me producer credit right now.
Well, you're sitting here
I
and
think
you're...
at this point I'm an associate producer.
That cannot be denied because I pushed all of these buttons and I've stared at all of this blue stuff and the true test is going to be at the end of this because I really don't know. I will tell you this because you've gotten me through this far and I kind of remember it sort of, but I have no fucking clue who's putting the show up, why it's in my computer. Do I have to mail it to you? I don't know what's happening. Am I leaving you my machine overnight? I don't know. We haven't discussed this. We haven't gotten that far. I sent you a text about it while we were on the break and I've yet to hear back. So
Keep on texting.
We'll see what
We're
happens.
gonna keep on, keep on, keep on.
Keep on texting. Sean Cassidy? Leif
Brady
Garrett?
Bunch.
Brady Bunch. It's funny. I have Partridge Family and Osmonds on my iPod. And I put them into a mix for Jill that I had called. And so whenever it comes up, she's just like, honey, why? Like she... You know why, Jill? Because I want you to come on, get happy. All right? That's exactly what it is. And I think I love you. So what are you so afraid of?
That is so dumb.
It is. It truly is. But it was in the moment, so it's funny for me. Yeah. Do-do-do-doom-da-doom. All right. Now I'm going to sing One Bad Apple for no reason at all. Was it who sang that? That's Mel, right? He's the lead on that. Merle's the lead on that. Because
I don't remember.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I didn't tell you this. I woke up in love this morning. So went to sleep with you on my mind. You know what I just bought? This is truthful. I bought these 3 songs from iTunes. I don't know. I got into this thing because I love Billy Don't Be a Hero. I just, that fucking weird ass 70s story song. It's fucking, the Soldier Blues came down along Main Street. I fucking love it. Like if I was to do karaoke, if I didn't think everybody would murder me, I would do that song just because it's an awesome, like a fucking story song. It's genius.
Why are you not doing karaoke?
Because I'm terrible and I can't sing at all.
Doesn't matter.
I told you the last
into
time I did it with any sort of real conviction, I did behind closed doors. I didn't tell that story on here. Dude, I went with a bunch of comedians to a fucking karaoke bar in Anaheim. This is fucking 20 years ago, 30 maybe. Like when I first started, it was like 93, 92. And we're in Anaheim. After a show, we went to a fucking, and the only reason I went was because there was a fucking waitress I was trying to crawl into. So we all went to this fucking club, this bar. And we're all there and they're singing. And because I'm not a karaoke dude. So if I choose a song, and I swear to God, I've talked about this on here before. I think what I did when I talked about Under the Boardwalk,
Yes.
because that time I actually thought I could sing that song, and it was so fucking stupid. So then I decided, well, I can't sing, so I'm going to be the anti-sing guy. So I'm going to pick a song,
Yes, I do
and I'm going to
remember.
abuse
It's
it. Yeah.
terrible. Yeah.
And I picked Behind Closed Doors, and I said, I'm just going to be the anti-dude who just fucking destroys it and clears a room, and that's exactly what I fucking did. I made sure I was the last guy, and I did Nick the Lounge Singer, the Bill Murray guy, and I was like, because when we get behind closed doors, and I did it just like that. And she lets her hair hang down, and she makes me glad that I'm a man. Oh, no one knows what goes on behind closed doors. Behind closed doors. I have no idea if you're still there, and I was like, I had to be 5 feet away.
At least.
So I don't
You
know.
literally rolled away.
I
from
did
the
on
mic
purpose because I
and
knew how bad it was going to be.
That was good. It's awesome.
I knew how bad that was going to be.
That's awesome.
So that's the last time I did karaoke. I did that. And fuck, I mean, it was fucking brutal.
No one laughed. People were your comic friends laughing?
Shockingly enough, I didn't get laid by the waitress either. So
But were your comic friends
they did. No, they
laughing?
got it.
Okay,
But
good.
literally, they also because they're comedians, they recreated the sketch. They were paying their bills and putting their drinks away. They never paid attention to me at all. Literally, they could totally. No, it was awesome.
Awesome.
It gave into the conceit. Like they just decided, because again, he does that thing where he's singing and he goes, "Come on, people, time to face reality." Like it's that thing where he's yelling. So I was doing that in the middle of it. I'm like, "Come on, drink up, closing time." And then she lets her hair hang down. "Come on, folks, time to face reality." And she makes me, like literally, I was doing all that, and they were just ignoring me and paying their bills and just shuttling out. And they met me in the parking lot. Like they didn't even watch the end of it. It was gorgeous. So I did that. So that's the last time I did karaoke. That's why. But like Billy Don't Be a Hero is a song I would choose because that's just
Billy Don't Be a Hero.
well, how great is it, right? So I'm kind of into that fucking like story song. When I hear one, I'll go, fuck, I haven't heard this, and it just again it makes me
And
think
then you have to buy it because you have to own it.
and also I can't believe that I bought it digitally. It's like what a fucking waste I just spent on this song from 1971. So here's 3 songs I just bought. That will and first of all, and I'm broke, which is stupid to be buying songs probably, but because I told you I'm into like new music too, where I bought like Taylor Swift and I bought fucking Uma Thurman. I talked about that by Fall
Can
Out
I
Boy.
guess?
If you can guess, all right, yeah, I bought 3 songs, okay, and if you get one of them, you're a fucking genius.
One Tin Soldier.
No, I did not, but I have that because I will tell you this: I have the '70s Have a Nice Decade box
I love
set.
that box set.
It's like
one
it was
of my
12
favorites.
CDs.
Yeah.
So I virtually have all your 70s that you could want. But that's why it has to be some chestnut that I haven't heard in fucking forever. Then I hear it and I go, why the fuck don't I have this?
They paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
Joni Mitchell, I have that because
Damn
it's on the
it,
thing. And I also have
okay.
Joni Mitchell's greatest hits
All right.
because fucking River and California are amazing songs. Oh my God, Joni Mitchell, she's in a coma.
Wildfire.
You know what? Oh, I have that. It was on my box set.
Damn it.
And
All
here's,
right,
by the way,
that's my 3 guesses.
all right, and Joni Mitchell is in a coma right now. Play her me doing Behind Closed Doors. She'll come out of it. I promise. We can do that. We got to get somebody on board.
I got really sad when I saw that, and I went and played Both Sides Now like 40 times
Is
in
it?
a row
Yeah.
and just cried.
Yeah, because she's fucking. Have you seen? There's a clip online. You got to find it on YouTube. When she was in college, she sang on a television show that was like a folk-oriented television show, and it's almost like the Mighty Wind people. You know, what I mean, there's like oh, and then we went to a ship and they had a boat, and then there was a craft, and then we went on the waves, and then I ate a shrimp. You know what I mean? Just terrible, just that bad folk nonsense, right?
By the way, I don't understand why you don't write lyrics.
There's a hole in the boat, and the hole in the boat, and the hole in the boat, and the bowl in the bottom of the sea. So, she's like singing with these 3 dudes, right? and they're all like, there's a jug and a washboard, and they go do 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 do, and it's nonsense. And that's the opening of the show, and there's all these college students, they like clap, and then Joni Mitchell gets a solo. And I forget the name of the song, but the song is basically about how winter has come and stolen our lives. It's like one of those, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because they're all singing these things and it's all like cheerful and it's like, oh, I wore a hat and it was jaunty and I went downtown and fine, good for you. And I had a sip in a pub and I wound up having some stout and Guinness. Shut up. But she is like, again, Joni Mitchell, her voice is ice. I mean, literally, it's like it's a weapon. I mean, she could freeze you in place when you hear it. When I first heard California and I first heard in fucking River, I'm just like, oh my God. So that's who she is. So she sings this song and it's all about summer came, but now it has to go because winter is encroaching and it's stealing us and it's stealing our heart and it's stealing our lives and my pulse is slowing down and am I dead yet? It's essentially that. And the best part of it is, so she takes this solo. And the three numbskulls are still sitting there on stage with her, letting her take her solo. And you can practically see in their faces her going, she's singing and they're looking at her and they're kind of nodding. There's one dude who's like, you can see he's just like, yeah, I should leave. Like it was literally like watching the end of Crossroads when Steve Vai's the devil's guitarist and he has the duel with Macchio. And after he loses, he lays his guitar down and he walks off the stage. All of these dudes should have just put down their minstrel instruments, their banjos, and shuttled off because she kills it. One dude you can see he's totally respecting it, and the other two dudes are just looking at it and going, yeah, she's reinventing a genre before my very eyes, and I'm watching it happen, and I'm party to it. I hired her for this, motherfucker. This was my goddamn show. I'm the eye of this fucking folk hurricane. Who does she get to come along and disrupt me? So go find it. It's on YouTube. I forget the name of it, but if you like, Joni Mitchell, Black and White, folk, it's a song about frozen or rivers or water or who the fuck knows, but it's fucking amazing. No, the songs I bought, and I'll tell you them in order of songs that you would recognize them until I had to say them. The first one I bought, It Never Rains in Southern California by Albert Hammond, not Albert Hammond Jr. of the Strokes, but his father. And that's a song. It's funny because it purports to be cheerful. It never rains in Southern California. When you hear that, you're just like, oh, okay. If you listen to the lyrics, it is desperate. It's a guy who came here and is essentially sucking cock for money and he wants to move back to Ohio. I mean, it's like terrible, but he also begs you, please don't tell everybody back there that I fucking failed. And so I heard the song and it's cool and it's catchy, but also I identify with the lyrics in such a fucking strong way where why do I not own this and listen to it every day? Well, not yet. I'm not to the third verse of my song yet. I'm still in the second verse where I'm like, yeah, I thought this was going to be okay. Don't tell anybody that it sucks. I have not conceded, don't tell anyone how you found me. Give me a break. Come on, give me a break. But it's haunting, but also fun and like kind of like, yay. And then you can just practically hear him sharpening the razor blade behind it. But then the other songs I bought, I got to strap out. Just, I'm trying to remember the name of this song because there's the hook is what you think is the name, but that's not the name. But I don't know. Daddy, please don't. It wasn't his fault. He means so much to me.
Oh my God.
Daddy, please don't. We're gonna get married. Just you wait and see. Bum 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 bum. I went downtown and her dad was there and he had a gun in his hand. Like, I mean, it's like, you know what I'm talking about? That's the song.
Yeah.
But it's not called Daddy, Please Don't. You would think it's called Daddy, Please Don't, but it's not, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Because when I kept hearing it, I think I kept looking for it under Daddy, Please Don't. And then it turns out it's a completely different song. But then I went to iTunes and unbelievably it was on there. And I couldn't believe it. So I bought it for $1.29.
Run, Joey, run.
Run, Joey, run. Because that's the end hook. Run, Joey, run. Joey, run. Joey, run. Joey, run. Joey, run. Joey, run. Daddy, please don't. It wasn't his fault. He means so much to me. So I bought that. Wow. And it keeps coming up in my little shuffle. So those are those two songs. But then I bought a third song. Because when I heard it and I went, fuck, I haven't heard this song in 30 years. And then I found it and it's on iTunes and I went, I'm getting it. I have to have it. I've got to think of the chorus because I got to give that hold on. Rocky, you know I've never died before. I don't know how to do it. Dun, 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 dun. It's called Rocky. And again, you wouldn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Rocky, I've never had a baby before. I don't know how I can do it. Dun, 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 dun. And it's all about how he's going to be with her through all that. And then, of course, she dies at the end. And it's just him and his daughter, and he cries every time he looks at the goddamn daughter. So I bought that. So it's like these story songs are just taking over my life, and I keep hearing them. They pop up, and I'm like, yay. And then I'm sobbing in a grocery store, and he's like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? And I'm like, well, they were going to get married, and now just you wait and see. She's like dead, dude. She got totally shot.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, I'm sorry. Buy the song. Spoiler alert, Joey runs. So yeah, how did we get on that fucking topic? We were talking about those songs. I don't even recall. I don't know. I have no clue. Hey, you know what I should do? I should tell you about the Monday Night Teas.
Partridge Family and the Brady Bunch.
We were. That's how it was, because Jill spun off. So now I can't wait to slip into her iPod, Rocky, and Run Joey Run. And then it'll come up and she'll just be looking at me, because she listens to the 70s on her fucking XM on her phone. And we heard a fucking song the other day that isn't it? That's the cool thing about listening to XM 70s. They'll stick to the main stuff, but then you'll hear a song and you're like, I don't know what the fuck. I've never heard this. Like, I don't know what this is. I've never thought it existed. She was drying her hair, and I was getting dressed, and I walked and she's like in the bathroom. Because she got her phone plugged and she's listening, and she goes, listen to this song. This is a real song. And I heard it. It's just the Lord's Prayer over a jaunty guitar. Like, literally, and it's by a nun, like Sister Mary Giraldo or something. And it was.
Is it the singing then?
No.
It also did Dominique?
I don't think it's the same one. I don't know. I didn't Google it that much. All I know is because I Googled it. Is this a real fucking song? I Googled the Lord's Prayer, and it charted in the 70s. What was wrong with us in the 70s?
It was probably her.
Yeah. But I mean, it was a nun singing the Lord's Prayer over like a folk guitar.
But she has a beautiful voice.
Grim. No, I don't agree. I guess it was okay.
It was beautiful.
You know what? Somebody dubstep that shit. I should talk about that. A listener.
I think we should use it.
You think, really? Should we? You know what?
Let's do it.
Hold on. Well, because the thing. All right. Here's why. I've got a beef. With a listener, man. I'm gonna pull him up real quick.
You got a beef with a listener?
I got a beef with a listener. It's not really a beef. He did a fucking cool thing, but at the same time, a few weeks ago, you guys might remember, I kept going wing, wing, and doing that thing with my fucking. And I go, man, somebody ought to dubstep my fucking voice. Just do that. I think it took a day. And, and in my email, I got dubstep. Literally the subject line: dubstep remix of your voice. Mike, I've been listening to the show for a few years now. I went ahead and took your suggestion to remix your voice as gospel. From episode 2 of year 8, I took the dubstep sections of your voice and remixed them. I attached the sound file. Hope you listen to it and enjoy it as much as you do it on the show. I don't know if you want to actually download it or not, but if you don't trust the file, have Lily check it or something. Love the show. Keep it up. Our friend Ben.
Well, now that I'm just the executive producer, I'm going to have you check that file.
Oh, I thought you were the associate producer. How'd you get a promotion? The fuck happened? A second ago, that makes no sense at all. I don't like this. You gave yourself how does an associate producer bump up to an executive producer in like 9 minutes? Yeah. Oh, well, not that route. Yeah. Not with me. Ben Gruey. Ben Groot. He is Groot. Grewe. Ben Gruey. Or Gru. But here's the thing.
Gruey.
Whoa. He's got to go. Ben... I'm a fan. I like you and you like me and you like my voice and you mixed it up and good for you. However, Ben, here's what Ben did. Like, I listened to it. I was excited when I saw that because, again, I love when you fucking guys do that and you take the initiative and do something. I'll talk about this real quick. Hey, Tim, thanks for the hair care products. Because I was talking about how I can't get the right amount of hold and stuff in my hair or the shine or whatever the fuck. Dude, this guy, Tim Radke, who's listened to the show, he's seen me in Chicago and he's like, hey, I sent something to the P.O. box. I go check it. I just got it, Tim. So I mean, he sent it like a month ago.
You haven't used it yet?
Not yet. But sure enough, I open it up and it's some sort of like molding clay mud thing, and with a honey mask. I don't fucking know. But it was like
a honey mask.
Something.
He sent you a skin mask.
Perhaps.
Too? That's awesome.
I don't know.
Tim, you're awesome.
It's all in one jar. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Well, you're beautiful enough. I'm sure they feel they don't want to send you anything.
I'm pretty.
And witty and gay.
I'm pretty. To me, pretty, you might as well just walk up to me and go, you're a cunt.
Wow.
If you walk up and go, you're pretty, that means to me that you have done absolutely nothing to judge me other than look at me.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Because I like this a lot. But I think it would be misconstrued or misinterpreted by your younger generation, certainly. But I think a woman of your stature would enjoy this.
Are you implying old?
No, not at all.
Mature?
Yes.
Long in the tooth.
Look, this is my Johnston talking, so I can't lie to you. What if I were to say to you, Lily, and I want to say this truthfully, I find you to be a handsome woman.
I would think that you are David Letterman.
See, but I liked that he would say it too, because I like
that
it.
Generation. But to me, that is a guy who's trying to give you a compliment, but witty enough to know that he doesn't want to insult you.
So that's like the Pabst Blue Ribbon of compliments. You know what I mean? Like something a guy with a long beard, a hipster, would say because he thinks it appeals to you in a strange way.
No, I think to me, that is witty. That is like when somebody comes up to me and they do something silly to get my attention, as opposed to something creepy to get my attention.
I see. So there's nothing wrong with handsome woman.
Again, it depends on the woman.
I see.
You know, I mean, I have friends who you can't say hi to that they feel like you're coming on to them.
You misgendered them.
Yes, and I have other friends who, yeah.
Right. Wind up in your lap.
Pretty much.
All right. So, all right. Well, I will say you're a handsome woman. That's okay.
Thank you.
Certainly. Well, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you that you find me.
You're pretty.
So Ben Gruey dubsteps me. He mixes my voice up. So I download it. I can't wait to hear it. I'm so fucking excited. I don't know if I've ever spent a longer minute and 41 seconds in my entire life. Here's why. Good for Ben. And he did. He dubstepped me. He took the wing, wing, wing. He took all that stuff and he mixed it up. But he didn't add a beat. Like he didn't lay it into a track. Like I meant, you got to fucking throw me in with some music to make it palatable. Otherwise, it's just me going wing.
Can you forward it to Max so that he can do all the accompaniment?
Oh, yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm sure. Hey, dude, take this thing a listener did and do something to it. And he's just like, I'm out.
You know he's got a ukulele and a tambourine somewhere.
He's got all that stuff. I know he does. He's got a zither. He's just been waiting to throw on a track. But of course he does.
Does he have a theremin?
Perhaps he does. If he does, I'll tell you what. If he ever gets a theremin, Val will learn it before he will. My godson will learn it before David will, because that's my godson. He's like he'll find some freaky thing and go, "Yep, I'm in. I'm doing that." But yeah, so I wanted to put it on the show, but it made my feelings hurt. I mean, and I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just my voice constantly going, and he put it through auto-tune, kind of.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool sounding, but not for that long.
But it's not a full musical accompaniment piece.
Right. Now, I'll tell you what, I normally, what I wanted to do was include just a small part of it so you guys could hear it, but I'm producing the show now, and I don't know how to fucking do that. So you just have to take my word for it when I tell you that it was kind of like, it was, the first, like, when you hear about 20 seconds of it, it's like, whoa. But then after a minute and 20 seconds, you're like, I may murder somebody. Like, I know now why Henry Lee Lucas went out and killed families. It's because he heard me dubstepping in his fucking brain when he slept. Because it's just crazy.
Why don't you upload it on your page?
How do you do that? Do I got to put it on SoundCloud or any of that bullshit?
Wow. It's going to be a long night editing, isn't it?
I wouldn't know. I won't be here.
Yeah, you will.
That's not fun.
If it's not up, you didn't do it.
Yeah,
because I know for a fact you want to let me get it on up.
Wait, hang tight. Let me talk to David. I'm going to call him and say, hey, dude, she's saying she wanted to edit the show. So then edit the show. Fuck! Come on, man!
This entire show is going to be handcrafted by you.
Ugh. Great. When I was in 6th grade, I stole pottery from the fucking art room because I didn't want to make any. And I told my mom, hey, check this out. Look at this vase I made. And she's like, totally awesome. I get an F in pottery. What happened to that awesome vase you made? I don't know. I didn't make anything else. I made one vase. I shot my wad on one thing and I got an F. Fucking terrible. So yeah, I just want to eat sausage. I don't want to fucking make it.
Sorry.
Ugh. All right. So Ben, thanks. But honestly, I don't, if I can convince Lily to step down from the executive producer chair and ever kind of cut it up in chunks, we might play some chunks, just for fun. But it's terrible. And only because it's me. It's not terrible what you did, Ben. Literally, you took all the things I did and you put them all, because when I did it over the course of a show, not because honestly, it made me go, how did anybody ever listen to this fucking show with me doing that the entire fucking time? Crazy. So eventually it will find it'll find the light of day, I would imagine, at some point, once I get good at this. I'm sorry. I made myself laugh. Get good at this. So let's talk about the Monday Night Tease, which is what we started talking about. What are you talking about?
It was great.
This week's was great. It's been great. Again, I haven't seen you in fucking forever.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going well, and people are still coming, and people are still taking their clothes
People
off.
are coming all the time.
Whoa. Is there still liquor in the front and poker in the rear?
No.
What? Okay. I can't even believe I said that.
I can.
Yeah. So everything's good and everything's going well with the teas. Who was there this past week?
It was a graduate show, and then I had a couple of alumni. It was a wonderful show.
I thought you were going to say a couple of lumps. Like I was like,
Alumni, even one of my teachers performed. So it was
whoa,
nice, yeah.
dude. So it's like cross
I now
generational.
have a faculty.
Do you really? You got to.
School for Wayward Girls. Yeah.
Do you have tenure?
Not yet.
They can't throw you over yet. I
Not
hope
yet.
not. All right, because they could
I
actually.
will never give tenure to my teachers.
No.
I can fire anybody right now.
I'm saying, do you have tenure?
Oh, I own the place.
Okay.
I'm the headmistress.
Well, yeah, but sometimes on college campuses, like all the liberal professors will be like, "We hate this president," and he'll get thrown out.
I'm not the president. I'm the founder and the owner.
You're also a
There's
client.
difference. Yes, I often take my own classes.
There you go.
I just don't take them seriously.
So the
Ba-dum-bum.
you're killing it. The tease is going very well. Who's
is.
there? So who's there this week?
This week is going to be amazing. This week we have 2 performers from Tokyo, one from Helsinki, one from New York, one from... Where's the other one from?
Texas.
Houston, yeah.
No
Houston,
way.
Texas, yeah.
That was an awesome guess by
Yeah.
me.
So we've got a bunch of out-of-towners, international performers. Nikita's performing with them as well. Emily Marilyn is finally making her burlesque debut with me. She took some classes from me. She's a fetish model. She's awesome. So it's just going to be an amazing show all around.
Good, man.
Yeah.
So you guys can go to Facebook.com/Monday Night Teas and become a friend there and see all of the photos of the upcoming performers and then see the after photos when they're naked. You can see them with clothes on and then see them when they're naked. Those are always cool to see at Facebook.com/Monday Night Teas. Again, remember the Twitter account exists, Twitter.com/MNTeas. And also, you guys can go to Brown Paper Tickets and get all of the tickets for the upcoming teases. They are on sale now. Anything available. Go ahead and put in Monday Night Teas or put in Lily Von Stupp, and you will find all of the tickets there on sale. And you can go ahead and jump in and grab them and go into the show and see everybody get naked and see other performers yell at other performers about other things that they shouldn't be yelling about at Lily's show as she sits back and laughs.
That never happens.
Or always happens.
Never. We have a fabulous time. We're just a happy family.
Okay. Kind of like the show.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thoroughly.
So I thanked Tim
Yes.
for hair care nonsense that's still unopened. And at the same time when I went and I took a trip over there, I want to thank our friend Alan. Alan Miller sent me. Now, truth be told, I only know what Alan sent me because he told me in Facebook what he was sending me. I have not opened it yet. It's sitting.
I do not understand you.
It's because I
Do
kind
not
of
put off tomorrow what you can put off forever.
see exactly. So it's he sent me some music. I think it's either some ED, some electronica, or it's some like kind of that.
I thought you were gonna say he sent you erectile dysfunction
Oh, sure.
music. He sent you some ED music.
Yeah, it's just an Indian guy playing. It's a yogi playing a flute. All right.
No.
Who wants to know? Fuck that. My snake comes out of that basket.
Good for you.
So Alan sent me music, and I think it's more ethereal type stuff that I said I liked. I have not thrown it in, but we had a Facebook conversation, and quite frankly,
Maybe we can rip it and put it in the break earlier.
well, no, we have our music guy.
I don't know.
People want to
No,
share
I
their
think-
music with me, which is nice, but I already have. Look, I got a Mozart on call. I mean, no offense. I'm glad you guys do all your cool stuff.
Oh my Christ, MozartOnCall.com.
But I can reach out to my own Amadeus and say, dude, get on it. You can keep your Salieri's. I got a Mozart in the back. But thank you. I mean, it's so cool that Alan shared that with me, and I will check it out and find out what it is, and then I'll write him on Facebook about it in 8 months and thank him. And then who else am I thanking? Somebody else sent me some cool stuff, right? Our friend Meg bought a T-shirt. That was cool. Yeah, I think that's all the things I needed to say about those people and their stuff and their fun plugs. Yeah, there's like one other fucking thing I was going to say. Damn it. You guys are all cool. That's what I'll say. Everybody's writing me stuff, George, and everybody is writing to remind me and telling me things that I should fucking get with it. And it's funny when Meg wrote she bought the shirt, but she doesn't trust the internet, which makes me laugh because I just picture her in overalls with a shotgun on a porch. This poor woman. But then she sent me a card and she wrote a lot of inspirational things. She was the one who sent us breast milk lollipops before.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So she sent in the card. She actually wrote in different places on the card, so you would have to like it was like almost like a brain teaser. You had to turn the card around to read stuff. It was neat. So thank you for that, Meg. I appreciate it. Because I just went to the PO box and cleared it out, grabbed all the things that were there, and brought them home. You guys can go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and go to the Joe Business page. There's all sorts of other pages to visit, certainly. But if you go to the Joe Business page, we've got plenty of stuff available. We've got shirts, the aforementioned shirts, the Yerk shirts that were purchased by our friend Meg. Not all of them. She didn't buy all of them. There are some left. So those are available. Go pick those up. And then, of course, we've got the Big Angry CD, which is a lot more of me shouting, but in a live venue. So go ahead and pick that up as well. And then there's, what else we got there? Oh, our deal with Tweaked. They got autoerotic asphyxiation earbuds and cock ring watches. Grab those, wear them, and have fun. Take photos, send them to me. Don't. Of the earbuds, certainly. I don't need to see your cock ring watches. Also on the page, we've got Schmitty Comes Alive, which is from last year's Podfest. And thank you again for asking your questions. I will tell you I still have no answer from the Podfest people. I do not know if I'm performing or not. Who knows? We will see. We shall see. But thank you for checking, because a lot of people are buying airfare and hotels, and you are all cool for checking. And go ahead and write them and ask them and tell them I should be on. Why not? That works, doesn't it? Oh, you know what? Thanks to all the people who've recommended me to other podcasts, too. Like our friend Adriana sent one to I don't want to say the other podcast because that puts weird pressure on them, and I know that seems silly, but Adriana has looped me into a conversation with someone, and another listener introduced me to a person named Matt who has a show, whatever. So thank you so much on Twitter and Facebook for adding me atting me to other shows to tell them that I should be on their show. That's really cool, and that helps. So thank you. So, and I'll do the same thing with the Podfest people. Write them a note and tell them that you want me to be there, because otherwise you won't come. Or I'll tell you what. If they don't have me at Podfest, here's what I do. Maybe I book a show directly against Podfest, and then you guys all get to storm out and come out and see my show, and then go back there and
Why
watch.
don't you just have it in the parking lot?
I've talked about that on here before. You know, that was actually a plan a couple of years ago when it looked like I was not going to be involved. I was chatting with another podcaster person, and I will not name them, but we were talking about possibly getting a room in the hotel and doing our shows in the room.
Why in the room? Do it in the parking lot.
Well, I don't want to be in the parking lot because then I'm competing with cars and nonsense. In the room, everybody's got to focus. They got to listen to me. I get to stand in a bathtub.
Yes.
So that's fine.
How are you going to get 60 people in your hotel room?
That's part of it. Dude, when I did the New York show, you weren't there. And I talk about these like they're legendary, but I will tell you this, fuck. You know, because I can get it down on myself and I can think of a bunch of crazy shit and I'm like, oh, whatever. But then I think about the stuff we've done and I've done, and it's like, dude, I've done some awesome stuff. Like I did the New York show, and I've talked about it on here, and you can hear it in year whatever the fuck, year 4 or 5. But I did the New York show, and then I was on stage, and then I wasn't done, and they kept coming in to try to take the room from me because another person had booked the room at a certain time. And we took the show to the lobby, and I finished the show in the lobby. Yeah. Literally, people sat down on the floor and sat around me as I regaled them like it was a campfire, and I did the fucking rest of the show in the lobby of the theater. God damn, that was awesome. That was fucking cool. That's when we were like a cult, and everybody's on board. Now look at me. I'm yelling about texts.
I think everyone is still on board.
Well, I hope so. But we talked about that today, where it's like all the shit. I went, our friend Joel Fowler took me to a Wizards game, and I fucking yelled at George Mirasan. Remember that? That was from the show I Have Your Giant. I was gonna take the picture and send it to Billy Crystal. All right, so, anyway. If you go to the Joe Business page, there's all sorts of cool stuff. We got Schmitty Comes Alive, the download there. It's audio and video, so check it out. And then, of course, we've got year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and year 6 of this podcast available. Year 7 is in the pipeline soon. We've decided on a theme. It just needs to be created now, and then I'll go ahead and throw it up for sale, and hopefully you guys will grab it, or maybe you won't. I don't know, but it'll be there for you. It's always there for you if you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com. That's where commerce lives. Go to the Amazon link that we have. Oh, you can donate to the show, first of all. Donate, and you can send $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, or $25 a month. Or you can give a one-time donation. Like, I don't know if people want me to say their names.
Just say a first name.
All right, let me go ahead and find this, because this has just happened recently, previously on the 40-year-old boy. Let's see, who our friend Paul. Thank you so much, Paul. Paul sent some his money. Todd, of course. Todd was like deputized. Hey, man, I am in. I am so excited. It's people are fucking great is the bottom line. Kimberly and John, thank you, everybody. You've all been very cool. Greg is a guy. It's a funny story. when I booked Phoenix, I had to cancel the show because it went poorly ticket sales wise. But I was still going to Phoenix with Jill because we bought the tickets. We got the hotel, so we're like, let's just do it.
Why
So
don't you just have the show in your hotel there?
I could have actually, and well, you know why? Because I was worried there'd be too much room. So I sold whatever amount of tickets, and then I canceled. I actually wrote each ticket buyer and said, listen, here's the deal. The show is not happening, and I need to know, I can do it. I'm still going to be in Phoenix, so I can do the show if you want to come out, and there'll be this tiny amount of people in a room. I think I only sold 6 tickets. I said, there'll be 6 of us. I'll do the show for all of you, all 6, if you want, or I'll just refund your money and I'll come back to Phoenix and you'll be on the list when I do. And surprisingly, everybody, they said, don't worry about it. If you want to do the show, that's great, but obviously it's going to be silly if you do it like that, and keep the money as a donation, which was really nice of people. Everybody did that. Everybody. So the only thing is I couldn't take it down off brown paper. So it was on brown paper tickets for the next 4 days. And I'm like, well, I haven't sold any fucking tickets anyway, so it's not really going to matter. Sure enough, fucking like Friday night, I'm in Phoenix and a guy buys a ticket. And I'm like, oh man. And it wasn't a name I recognize. Because usually I'll be able to know people from Facebook, or they're my friends, or people have communicated with me, because my show is kind of insular. I mean, anybody who's coming to see me knows who I am. I need to reach out past that, and that's what I'll do going forward, but still. So this guy bought a ticket. I didn't recognize the name at all. I'm like, motherfucker. Well, luckily, with brown paper, he had to give his phone number. So I told Jill, I'm going to just call this guy. Because I figured he just bought it through their website, because I was on their website. And I thought it was just some dude who's like, well, I'm in Phoenix. What am I going to do? Maybe this guy. So I called him and I sent an email. And you know what? I want to read the text just because it made me laugh when I wrote it. Because why not? We've done texts all show long. Here's what I wrote. Hey, Greg, this is Mike Schmidt. Also left a voicemail, so apparently I'm now stalking you. Saw you bought a ticket for tonight's show in Phoenix. I'm contacting you because regrettably the show has been postponed. A few options. I can happily refund your money through PayPal. I can apply the money toward the rescheduled date, which will be sometime in the fall. I can keep the money and laugh loudly, knowing I pulled a fast one on Greg Schotmeyer. Let me know how you'd like me to proceed. Thanks again for your purchase. Hope to see you when the date is rescheduled. Mind you, I sent that and left a voicemail for him, essentially the same thing. Not knowing this guy at all. That's what I'm thinking. He could be some guy who has no fucking clue who I am. All of a sudden the TV comes to life and calls him and texts him to say, hey dude, I won't be seeing you at the theater tonight. But just the conceit of it made me laugh that I'm contacting this guy, one dude. Who else would, dude, if I was at home and Van Halen called me to tell me they canceled their show, I'd be like, awesome. God damn it, this is worth it. So then Greg texted me, and apparently he is a longtime listener of the show, and he was like cool with it. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe I just got text and voicemail from Mike Schmidt, which was great. He pretended that it meant something, so good for him. So in Phoenix, that's what I wound up doing because I didn't sell, so many tickets. Why the fuck are we going there? What did we talk about?
You said that you're planning more.
Oh, well, certainly that's happening. I should talk about that, huh? All right. I have a show that I've scheduled. You will have to buy tickets for this show. I warn you. Now, it's what I want. I know that sounds so stupid. It's what I want. I want you to be there to see this show. Oh, I was still finishing. Go to the Amazon link. Click on that. Because I was talking about donations and people told me to keep the show, and then I said their names and that was money, and that's how we spun off and we did all that stuff. Good for them. But yeah, you can donate to the show, like I said, and also you can use our Amazon link. Click through that, buy stuff through Amazon, and we get dough for it. And thank you so much for thinking of us and using the link for the show because it keeps us afloat, ostensibly. So I mentioned earlier in the show that I'd planned another jaunt. I was going to be out. I booked a show in a city. I've talked about the fact that I want to have a Kickstarter. That's coming up soon, eventually, but I don't even want to go into why I haven't done it yet. It's a long story, but it's in the works. It's getting planned. Everything's happening. But I did book a show for this summer. So I will tell you this right now. I'll tell you where it is and when, and then I'll give you the backstory. So it's a city I've never been to before. Saturday night, August 1st, the Maker Theater in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I had talked before about wanting to go places, and I had mentioned Columbus and Pittsburgh as two specific cities because I wanted to go places I hadn't been. Now, I still want to get back to Boston and Toronto and Cleveland and all sorts of different places, but right now, the show that I have booked that's in the pipeline is Saturday, 8 o'clock, August 1st, Maker Theater. I will be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, that seems kind of random. Like, why Pittsburgh? Well, it was always on my list of wanting to do. But here's something that happened to me a couple of weeks ago. As you know, I date the lovely Jill. She is my girlfriend, and she came to me, and she came out here for a few days. And I was sitting in the living room, and she was getting ready. She was unpacking, and she came walking in with a stack of, like, crepe paper and bags. And I looked at it, and she goes, "This is for birthday week. But I can't wait, so I want you to open it now because there's a reason you have to open it now." And I was like, okay. So I get it, and there's Monday. She wrote on it Monday and the date. So I pull out the crepe paper, and I pull it out. And it is an itinerary that she has taken, she's printed out, and she cut out, and she taped to cardboard for me. Like if a host had cards. She tapes it on there, and it's my flight on Monday, the 27th of July, from here to Chicago. And there's also another card, and it has the hotel that I'm staying in, the reservation that we will be staying in Chicago that night. So I'm flying to Chicago on Monday, July 27th, and I looked at it, I'm like, whoa. And she goes, yeah, well, it ties in. So we're staying overnight in Chicago. And then Tuesday, the 28th, I open my bag, and I pull out another itinerary. We are flying from Chicago to Pittsburgh together. And then there's another itinerary, and it has the hotel that we're staying in Pittsburgh. And then I pull out papers, and I open them up. I'll be seeing Van Halen in Pittsburgh.
That's awesome.
On
What a
Tuesday
nice
night.
gift.
Oh, we're not done.
We're not done.
We're on Tuesday. So Tuesday is we're seeing Van Halen in Pittsburgh Tuesday night, and the seats are ridiculous. I mean, they're like first row on the loge on the side. I mean, they're amazing.
Awesome.
And they're on Eddie's side.
Of course.
Of course they
They're
are.
on Eddie's side.
So I was just like, oh my, I mean, again, this is only fucking Tuesday. I got a stack of bags and crepe paper there. So Wednesday's my birthday. And it says right on there, and I open it up, I pull it out, and it's like a free pass, free day. We can do whatever we want that day. She doesn't have any plans, but she has ideas of what we can do. So then Thursday, I open it up, and there are tickets to the Phillies in Philadelphia. We're going to Philadelphia. We're from Pittsburgh and she also had, she had an idea for Wednesday, whatever. So I open up the Phillies, tickets to the Phillies game, and again, amazing seats. And she's like, yeah, we can just get a hotel up there, because it's like the drive, and we can just do what we want, just play it by ear, because again, Wednesday, we can even go up to Philly early Wednesday. She goes, but I had an idea. Why don't we go to Hershey and tour the Hershey factory and all that? And I'm just like, oh my fucking God. Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes. Are you kidding me? Yes. So Tuesday, Van Halen. Wednesday, probably Hershey. Thursday, Phillies. Friday, I opened it up, and I didn't open up the bag for Friday. I apologize. She had the 2 bags on Friday together. She goes, all right. She goes, so Monday, you're coming to Chicago. Tuesday, we're seeing Van Halen. Wednesday's a free day, but I'd like to go to Hershey. Thursday, we're seeing the Phillies. She goes, but now you have work to do. I said, why? What do you mean? That's cool, but what? And she goes, you have to schedule a show while we're there. And I said, well, like where? She goes, Pittsburgh, you wanted to do. She goes, or Philadelphia, you've been there before. But that's your homework. We're doing this, and it's going to be amazing. But I want birthday week to end watching you on stage.
Oh.
And I said, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. I said, I think I could book Philly right away, but I've been there twice. I'd really like to play a show in Pittsburgh. I've never been. And we can probably draw from people in Ohio, and maybe even Philly would come down. She's like, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to play, and that's why Friday and Saturday are open. I will let you pick whichever day you want to perform, but one of those days you have to book a show, and because I want to see you on stage. And I said, okay. And so I've decided on Saturday, because I'd rather do that, because if people are going to drive from all around, they'd rather have the day to travel. And then, and Friday, we're going to take a train to New York and go see the Mets. So literally, we're going to go, it's like Van Halen, Hershey, Phillies, Mets. And then Saturday, we'll stay in Pittsburgh, and I'll do a show in Pittsburgh at the Maker Theater, August 1st. You have a question?
I do. When are you going to have time to learn some jokes?
Oh my God. She already said that to me. When we went to Phoenix together, she's like, hey, she goes, I know you need to learn your jokes. So she has a friend there. She's like, I have a friend there, so I'll go. I'm going to hang out with her at the pool while we're in town. and you can learn your jokes on Saturday, and then you'll do the show Saturday night. So on that trip, she's just like, yeah, so like, in Pittsburgh, she goes, I can find something to do while you learn your jokes during the day because I know you want to do that.
Funny.
And I'm like, I will work it. I'll learn my jokes. We'll be fine.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, so we're how ridiculous, So the trip is planned. It's fucking knocked down. You have another question?
Have you named this show yet?
I haven't, because you know what? Here's the deal. These first few shows, we're going to be going back out and doing shows. What's your question?
I think it should simply be Schmidtfest. And I think everyone should just head there, and it should be just a weekend of...
Sure, like Schmittapalooza, that sort of
Yeah.
thing? Yeah. I would love that. I actually thought about scheduling a show Friday in Philly and Saturday in Pittsburgh, but I think the guy who sold 6 tickets in Phoenix probably doesn't want to reach for the stars just yet.
I Saturday night, Schmidtfest.
Yeah, it's
I-
happening.
People will be barreling into their vans filled with pot brownies driving there. I can
Sure
see
they
it
will.
now. Picking up people along the way.
Really, you think?
Yes, I do.
Hitchhikers, like the
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw dudes?
Well,
I don't want that dude to
pretty
make
much
head
your
cheese at my
families,
show.
right?
Yeah, that's a good point. So that's happening, man. So that's Friday, and then Saturday, and then Sunday we have off in Pittsburgh. She and I. She's like, yeah, we can do whatever you want Sunday in Pittsburgh. We fly home on Monday to.
Well, I think Sunday is pretty much your fans riding you around on their shoulders.
Oh my
all
God!
day.
Of course, yeah. What a day! What a lovely day.
Yes.
We'll all just spray paint ourselves with silver paint in the face, and it'll be awesome. We'll go on a chase. Me and my own Jill Furiosa. We'll try to steal the war rig and take off.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. So that's happening, man. So Pittsburgh is going on August 1st. Tickets are on sale now. I'm putting up when I get out of here, it's Wednesday, and I'll go home and I'll build it after Jill. Or no, I'm
You're
sorry.
not leaving till we have the artwork.
That's wow. That.
Yeah, day got grim, didn't it?
Well, he doesn't do the artwork
The
until
day
like.
just got long.
Well, I don't know if
I'm
that's.
only executive producing this week.
Well, you know what we should do then? I should call him and tell him what the artwork is, and then I should just talk until he fucking sends it. Because he's not going to send it till fucking 8:30 his time, easily.
don't know
Not
what to
even.
tell you.
No, because right now it's almost dinner time in Chicago, and he
don't
doesn't
know
work
what
on it
to
until
tell you.
7:30. Dude, what are you, fucking Robert Evans? I don't want your kid stays in the picture nonsense. If I want to fucking end the show, I end this goddamn show. Seriously.
How's it gonna?
I
get
just
up?
told an amazingly heartfelt anecdote about my wife sending me to Pittsburgh for an entire fucking week. How great is that? That's fucking cool.
That's fantastic, but you got a lot of work to do to get.
No, but no, I can't.
You
What
got
do
a
you
lot of work to let me get on up.
get on up?
You got to get the podcast on up.
I gotta get on the scene. No, you gotta do that. Why the fuck am I staring at blue? Again, you're throwing me back into the pit of hell. I can't fucking go ahead and edit. I can't be the guy who does that as you chuckle in your tank top and you make fun of me. Jesus Christ. I can't sit here while the artwork gets done. If that's the case, you know what? I'll do the fucking artwork. I might as well. I've done every other fucking thing this week, right? I recorded the show. I produced it. I watched it. It's on my goddamn computer. I should just go ahead and do the artwork and just fucking put it up. There you go. Done. You guys, you know what? Fuck your 3-headed monster. This show's just a goddamn monster. And I cut 2 heads off this fucking week, man. And I took over. I made it happen. You know what? You can't have a hurricane without the eye, but you can definitely have an eye without the hurricane. So this show's all about the fucking eye. I am there, baby. This show brought to you by the capital I, motherfucker. I brought it. I made it happen. That's how it worked. Stop. Which one is that?
You know, Mex always says people skip the closing music. I say people love your closing music, so let's prove it to them. If you've listened this far, write me at heymexilistened@gmail.com and we'll send you a 40-year-old boy hearing commemorative Facebook profile picture that you better fucking put up, you dick. Sorry about the dick thing. Thing. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. I don't want you to miss any of that brilliance.